J'aurais supporté les lames qui me traversent le corps et qui font couler mes larmes. J'aurais supporté les balles, dissocier le bien du mal, les yeux recouverts d'un voile. Mais j'ai su voir dans ton âme, j'y ai vu de nombreuses vagues et des plantes qui se fanent. Donc j'ai dû briser le vase qui contenait ton esprit. Ya Habibi, tu es tombé comme la pluie. T'as déboulé dans ma petite vie, dans ma ville comme un ovni. Puis t'es parti comme le jour qui laisse place à la nuit. Et quand t'es parti, ton absence a laissé place à l'ennui.
هقول لك كلمة واحدة أبرك من كلام كتير. ما بعرفش أكون رومانسي لكن عليكي بغير. مش بثبت لك إني جامد ولا عايز أبان تقيل. أنا بناديكي يا حبيبي، بناديكي تعالي لي، بناديكي أنا هنا، بناديكي تعالي لي، بناديكي يا حبيبي، بناديكي أنا هنا، بناديكي يا حبيبي، بناديكي يا حبيبي. Ya Habibi, tu es tombé comme la pluie. T'as déboulé dans ma petite vie, dans ma ville comme un ovni. Puis t'es parti comme le jour qui laisse place à la nuit. Et quand t'es parti, ton absence a laissé place à l'ennui.
مالي أنا ومالها، مالها خليها في حالها، حالها مش هغر شكلها ما أنا عارف إنها هترجع تاني بمزاجها. حبيبي يا حبيبي يا حبيبي يا حبيبي، حبيبي يا حبيبي يا حبيبي يا حبيبي.
J'aurais supporté les larmes qui me traversent le corps et qui font couler mes larmes. J'aurais supporté les balles, dissocier le bien du mal, les yeux recouverts d'un voile. Mais j'ai su voir dans ton âme, j'y ai vu de nombreuses vagues et des plantes qui se fanent. Donc j'ai dû briser le vase qui contenait ton esprit. Ya Habibi, tu es tombé comme la pluie. T'as déboulé dans ma petite vie, dans ma ville comme un ovni.
Oh, it's great to be back. What's going on, America? Welcome back to the All-American Savage Show. I am your host, John Burke, with my beautiful heterosexual Jewish partner, Josh, because apparently you can't say Jew. Don't you dare say Jew regarding criticism of any kind of Jewish people whatsoever, because if you do, God forbid, you're anti-Semitic. Haven't we seen this before with, I don't know, black people? Oh, don't criticize black people, because if you do, you're racist. Why can't we just point out these things and have discussions about them? I'm jumping the gun. I'm putting the cart before the horse. Let's push pause. There is so much to cover. And I'm so excited to be back. Dude, we're still up on Twitter. I don't know how that's even possible. We're still up on Twitter.
Yeah.
John Ross Artist. We appreciate that. Apparently, this is the week, this is the week that Elon said the unlimited ban or the lift of the ban, general amnesty, goes into effect. So, but real quick, how is the audio sounding, chat? We got, we're over on Rumble. We appreciate all of our Rumble family. We got all of our YouTubers. We need to get them over to Rumble, you bastards. You bastards.
You gotta get over.
Oh, man. But it feels good to be back, honestly. And, okay, so I just want to check the audio. Audience, how's the audio? Is everything good? We good? We money? We G? All right, well, fuck it, we'll go with it. So yeah, got back from Dubai, and I will say I streamed last night on the John Burke Gaming on Rumble, and I talked about it briefly, and I would not recommend Dubai as a vacation spot. But I'm making this statement based only upon the fact that my vacation style is probably 10 times different than other people's. I like history. I like going to things like in Ireland. I loved going to the ancient castles, looking up where my ancestors came from, seeing the homelands there. I want to go to Italy and see the Colosseum. I want to see, Rome and all these places. And I love history. So when it comes to things like Dubai is just nothing but a big tourist attraction. You're spending on average $100 to $200 per meal, and the dirham is less than the dollar. So you actually have better exchange rate, but they charge you way more. And it blows my mind. The food was great, and I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of just reminiscent of my time in the Middle East. We went and we did ATVs in the desert. That was a lot of fun.
That looked pretty badass.
That was badass. That was a good time. But
was it hot?
No, it was perfect weather.
Yeah.
Perfect weather. It wasn't overbearingly hot. It was just like good fall weather. But it was so funny to see that because we booked this trip and there is you don't sign any waiver. You don't do anything like that. It's hilarious because the way they have it set up, they have a perimetered fenced in area of about like maybe a mile, if that. And there's a lot of dunes there. And you're not wearing a helmet. So when you're cresting these dunes, there could be somebody on the other side. And I'm sitting there like, people are going to die. Because people are stupid. And dude, I almost got clipped 4 or 5 times. So you have to be a very defensive drive. And Arabs, I don't know if you've ever been in the Middle East, Arabs drive like they're insane. They don't care. They do not care. Whether it be Dubai, Iraq, Afghanistan, they don't care. Like, if you're in the road with them, it's like, it's Mario Kart, motherfucker. Like, you should just bring it.
Always a game of chicken.
Oh, bro, it's not even intentional. It's just like, whatever. But, dude, it was so much fun. But outside of that, you can go to the marketplace and you can go shopping. Every shop owner, just think of, and I posted about it on Instagram, but just think of, every shop carries the same shit. Watches, bags, shirts, ripped off Gucci's, like everything. My friend, you come in, you want bag, you want watch, you want all these things. And it's the same shit. And it gets to the point when you're walking down a stretch of a half a mile, you are literally every 5 seconds have to say, no, shukran, ishta, imshi, just go, leave me alone.
Oh, you became fluent in Arabic?
No, I learned that shit from the Middle East. It's just fucking ishta, you little shithead. Because the kids are like, they're beggars over there. But walking down from stall to stall or shop to shop, you could frequent a few places and it's literally the same shit. So the only thing I bought was a few schmegs for me just to wear. I like them. They're comfortable.
A little schmeg, right?
A little schmeg right there. I don't know if that's Arabic or Jewish lingo. We're making fun of Jews today just to piss people off because I don't fucking care. You can't talk about Jews, God forbid. I don't hate Jewish people. I love Jewish people. But we're gonna talk about Tim Cast, talk about Kanye, talk about Milo grifting, Nick Fuentes. We're gonna talk about Kim Kardashian being a sellout to child pornography. We're gonna talk about a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. And I want to give a big shout out to Rumble because they allow us to do this. Josh has some really insightful things to talk about with Dave Chappelle saying the words nigger and faggot and stuff like that, not in a negative context, but just simply for conversational pieces. And I was talking to a rep from Locals yesterday, and Locals is linked to my Rumble, and I'm very grateful for them. But he said the thing that's making them very popular right now is that there is this shroud on Twitch and things like that you can't say or talk about certain things for this fear of being canceled.
Yeah.
On Rumble, they said as long as you don't break the law and you're not just blatantly racist, you're okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I like that, because I told him, I was like, dude, it feels good. It feels good that you can actually have these intellectual conversations about certain topics that other platforms such as YouTube and that, like how we got banned on YouTube, you can't even talk about COVID.
No.
But over here, you can. So I'm very grateful to Rumble for allowing us to have this platform, and I hope that we continue to thrive with them. And we want to appreciate everybody for sharing the stream, sharing the podcast. And from the bottom of mine and Josh's heart, dude, the tweets we got, the messages, the comments, when's the podcast coming back? When's from Telegram and Discord? Guys, that really means a lot to us. Thank you for making us so popular. And it's when you share the podcast, it does so much more than you realize. And thank you for that. Now, before we get any further, hey, the 45% discount from Shell Shock CBD is still going. This is going through until tomorrow. Code STUFFED, STUFFED. You should have made a code Jew. Code Jew. Jew gonna save some money. That's what I love about these platforms. We say where the fuck we want. And if they want to cancel me, cancel this dick. I don't give a shit. I've been canceled already. You're not, dude, whatever. I'm like a fucking thing of herpes. I keep coming back. I'm like a cockroach. But no, 45% off, code STUFFED. We appreciate your love and support and your show. Dude, amazing. We've done so well this Black Friday. And, you know, we're blessed, but also equally grateful that everybody trusts us to buy our products, to trust us enough to buy our sleep products, our Delta 8, things like that. Bro, thank you guys so much. It really helps. It supports the podcast. And we've got 2 ad people wanting to throw ad money at the podcast. We're grateful for that. It hasn't been locked in yet, so we're not saying anything yet, but we're still signing the contracts. And dude, I cannot thank you guys and girls and its and theys and z's and whatever the fuck you degenerates are out there. Thank you for doing this for us. It really means a lot that we can be fiscally uncancelable. I mean, we really appreciate that. So thank you. And again, code STUFFED at shellshockcbd.com until tomorrow. So make sure you check that out. Jump on it. If you need to stock up now. And you guys are just freaking incredible. So in the comments section, it's like, you gonna like the way you look. Jay guarantee it. If you can't joke about it, then what the fuck's the point?
Yeah.
But anywho, but yeah, Dubai, I wouldn't recommend it as a vacation spot unless you just want to go. And there were really cool things to see. Don't get me wrong. We went to the Burj Khalifa, the Khalifa, the world's tallest building. And I was kind of disappointed because if you've been in a plane and you look out the window, it's the same thing. I didn't know what I was really expect on that one.
How long did it take to get to the top?
It's 125 stories, but you make it there in about 60 seconds.
Roughly.
Really? Yeah, it goes fast. And the crazy thing is, only one worker died building that.
Really?
It was nuts. And it's a beautiful building. It's a beautiful building. Like Dubai, it's the Middle East, but it's the rich Middle East.
I'm
and it's
surprised it only takes
tourist.
60 seconds to get to the top of that building.
Same, because I was like, dude, we're about to have our ears blown the fuck out. But it went, you didn't feel it.
Really?
I was like, the construction and engineering was so well done. Even on the descent, you don't feel anything. It was like, how the fuck is that possible? You're dropping 125 stories, nothing. And then they showed scenes and stuff from when Tom Cruise did Mission Impossible, and he jumped from that building. He literally jumped from that building. And you look over the side, and I'm not a heights fan. I'll walk to the edge and look, but to jump, fuck no. Hell no. You're not getting my fat ass to jump out of that. No, hell no. Tom Cruise did. Like, respect to that weirdo, but good for him. But anyway, I have to say, though, if you're a woman, do not go there alone. The girlfriend and I went because it was a tango event. And the tango event, there was about 30 to 40 people that showed up. It was fun. I got to dance with a woman from China. She'd been doing tango for half a year. She'd been doing private lessons. She was an incredible dancer. I danced with another woman from Kazakhstan. And it was a lot of fun. It was a good time. And right now, I apologize, I'm fighting some sickness because, you know, being over in the Middle East, you have a lot of migrant workers from India come over to Dubai, and their crime rate is so low. And this is very interesting. Being that it's an island, or it's very just blocked off, if you break the law, they deport you instantly and you can never come back. Their crime rate is so low. It's nuts. But the girlfriend and my tango partner's wife went to go, they have a gold bazaar, they have a fabric bazaar, a perfumery, and it's very big over in the Middle East. Gold is huge to Persian culture, huge, and Iranian, all that. They love gold. And the perfume as well, because out in the desert, you know, things smell, so you always want to perfume yourself, so it's very big over there, as well as the fabrics. And they went fabric shopping, and this guy's like, oh, please, my friend, come in, I have fabrics. And they went in, and apparently they took him up to the second story, which, it's like, you need to use some common sense when they say, hey, come up, because we traveled in a group, and me and another guy and our two girls, that's different. Like, the dudes, Arab men, by and large, are they're not tall, and they're not very big. They're built very skinny and medium 5'5" height. So physical domination is not very difficult with them. But when they went by themselves, they got taken to the second story, and the guy was trying to fit her with some fabric and graze her breast at first. And she was like, okay, probably just an accident. Then he kind of squeezed the side of her, and she's like, easy. And then he grabbed her ass hard, and she basically cocked back, ready to hit him. And, you know, I don't show who my girlfriend is because I don't want people to know, because people are fucking weird. But she can fight. She could probably whoop this dude's ass. But she instantly tried to leave, and when she went downstairs to meet up with the other woman, they had locked the front doors and said, oh no, now we're closed. And they tried to keep them in there, and they went out a side door. But she reached into her purse and has a comb that has a pick on the side. She's like, I was about to stab him. And it's like, it would have been perfectly justified self-defense. And so when she came back to the hotel like 2 hours later, she tells me about this. And bro, I was seeing red. Like, I was seeing red. I was like, because people, I don't give a fuck who this offends. Middle Eastern, they are misogynistic. These men treat women as sexual objects and property. They don't fucking care about you. So when these two women are over there, and I told her, it's like, you need to dress more conservative. I was like, I'm not saying that brought it on. I was like, but these men will fucking take advantage. They will do everything they can. They don't care. So when she came back and told me about it, I was proud of myself, because I didn't make it about me and my anger in an attempt to try and say, like, look, I'm going to defend you. It was more like, are you okay? You know, are you fine? And she handled it very well. And I was like, babe, it's like, I'm just trying to put this in context. Please don't take this as a sign of disrespect. It's like, but it could have been way worse. It could have been so much worse. And I'm glad, thank God it wasn't.
Yeah, locking the doors.
Fuck, bro. Like, that's one of those things, like, that's why the Second Amendment in America is fucking crucial. A dude tries to pull some shit like that, and you blow his fucking head off. Yeah. That shit's real. And, you know, I've had my ass grabbed in clubs by women and stuff like that. And like you and I were talking before, it's different when a man or when a woman does it to a man, because that woman can't overpower that man. But a man can overpower a woman by and large, normally. And that ass grab can be an indicator of, I'm about to rape you. And when I saw, or when she told me about this, after she kind of got out of her system, I was like, babe, can you tell me where this is? I want to go there, and I want to break this guy's fucking hand. And honestly, I told her, if I'd actually gone there, I was like, I want to bring you with me. And I wouldn't lay a hand on him. I'd make him get on his knees and kiss the ground in front of your feet, which is one of the biggest forms of insulting somebody. And if he wouldn't, I'd force him to do it. And then I'd beat the shit out of him. And she said there was like 5 guys. It's like, look, and I don't care who this offends, this is the truth, this is my experience over in the Middle East. Arab men are in two different categories. They are either conquerors or they're bitches. It's one of the two. The conquerors are the fighters, like the Taliban and things like that. They are very aggressive. They don't give a fuck. The other ones are the ones that are used as sheep, that are dominated. Like you look at how a lot of people in Iraq and Afghanistan, they get led by these dictators and they just fall in line. And they just do it automatically because they fear so much of dying. And when it comes to men like that, you slap them around a few times and they're just like, oh, I'm sorry. That's what normally happens. And trust me, I've been around enough of them that's just how the culture is. So when you come to America, totally fucking different. Totally fucking just crazy different. But after seeing all that happen, dude, I really tried to rein it in. I didn't want to make it about me. It was more about her. And she's fine. Don't get it twisted. She's okay. She's an aggressive. She's Iranian Mexican. I call her my little Mexicanian, Iranian-Mexican, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, she's used to that culture, though, because she grew up, she'd been to Iran a few times, and her father's Iranian, and that's the culture of, not the culture of, like, misogyny. Like, he treats her like a princess. She's his queen. And she said that's just how men in Iran are. Men will smack you around. They don't give a shit. They don't care, and you can't do a fucking thing. Like, if, say, for example, if you take your wife over to Iran, you're instantly under Iranian law, and you can beat the fuck out of her, and nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing. It's the truth. That's the world, folks. So liberals, wake up. Wake up. Why don't you go protest the Middle East? I don't see a lot of dudes beating the brakes off women around here. Nah. You know I'm going with that, but still. But anyway, it was a good trip. The flight over was 13 hours. I got to the airport and like, would you like to upgrade for an extra $1,800 per person? I was just like, you know what? I've never really flown for, yeah, let's do it. We flew Emirates. And I posted a picture on my Instagram. I was like, dude, I can get used to this. Like, I can really get used to it.
Pretty badass.
Oh, it was nice. Unlimited alcohol. I may have taken some Delta 8 before we got on the plane, so we were kind of high, and it just felt great. Unlimited movies. It was a good time. And the flight, no turbulence. The flight over was 13 hours. The flight back, I didn't get first class because they were booked out. And it was a 16-hour flight because we basically flew up through Europe.
You got the headwind, too, coming back, too, right?
Yeah, I think so. So it was like longer. 16 hours, and my butt was like pancakes. I binged all the Jurassic Parks, and they didn't get any better. And once we landed, I was like, yeah, I think for international flights, save the money and go first class. You're going to thank your ass. Your ass will thank you. It really will. It's definitely worth it. And you get way better treatment. You know, you get unlimited food, unlimited
alcohol. Did you
Economy
Plus coming back?
No, I got some preferred seats with supposed extra leg room, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't at all. So, but anyway, it was a lot of fun. So I missed you guys. Missed doing the show. I missed you and your Jewish gay ass. It was a lot of fun.
Missed you too, buddy.
But it was good. You know, I kept track of the Black Friday sales over in the Middle East and checking that out in Dubai.
Yeah, you hit the ground running because we went hunting that whole weekend, and then Monday you left for Dubai.
And you just got your meat.
I just got it, yeah.
You just got your meat. Josh, oh yeah, we haven't done a show since.
Right.
So, no shit, there we are. It was, dude, that was such a good fucking time.
It was a lot of fun.
My buddy Andy took us out to this, we hunt private on this private land out up towards Austin. And you're guaranteed 3 deer. $2 in a doe, whatever you want to shoot, and you get private tags. So you're not using your state tags. I still got 3 tags left. We can, if we wanted to, we could go out and fill those tags too. But it's like $2,500 for 3 deer. And, you know, we get out there, you know, Josh fucking, he killed it, dude. Like, no pun intended. Josh goes out there, and you would not even tell this guy was a new fucking hunter. So we're sitting in the stand, and the sun's coming up. Everybody's like, we're sniveled up. Wasn't too cold yet.
Yeah.
Wasn't cold yet. Josh is in the stand, and we're all kind of sitting there texting, and we all split up. We had 3 guides each. And the sun's coming up, and you hear the feeder go off. And no, we don't stalk. I know we should stalk. Stalking is way more skilled. But the feeder goes off, and here come the deer.
I know.
And all of a sudden...
It's like a Disney movie. All these deer came out. I was like, oh, Jesus.
It's the truth, bro. It's the truth. These deer just come out, and it's literally, all right, pick your one.
Yeah.
And it was the beginning of rutting. So all these, if you see a doe, there's a few bucks going after her. Yeah. And instantly, I saw I think I got an 8-point. And... I see him. I'm looking around. I don't see anything bigger. And I'm not mounting this one. I don't care. I'm just doing it I'm meat hunting. I love the meat. That's what she said. And that dude comes out, beautiful buck. I posted a photo of him, beautiful, and dropped him, instant shot, and instantly does come out. They don't even run. They just stand there. I was like, fucking okay. There's a doe. Pop her. She's a great size. And then everybody's kind of like, they haven't hit. And I was like, bro, I texted everyone in the group to drop 2. We got 1 more. You guys better catch up. And then Andy in his stand, pow, 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 drops 3. And he's tagged out.
Yep.
And so we're sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck is Josh doing? I was like, I really hope he sees his shit. And one of my buddies, Francis, that came with us, had some night vision goggles. And we were really worried because the week prior, they're like, there's no movement. We don't see shit. I'm like, fuck. And there's rain forecasted. So for those that don't know, deer do not usually go out during the rain because it dulls the senses. So they usually bed down under a tree and they wait. So if it's raining, it's like, it's really hit or miss. But it didn't rain yet. And so Francis is looking through his NVGs and it's like right before daybreak. And he's like, I've got movement. I've got about 20 doe out there. And I'm like, okay, we're going to see some shit here.
Yeah.
We got good shit. So then we hear pow, and you can tell the sound of the shot when it's like an instant, you hear the pound and you hear the boom, it's a hit. And so I'm sitting there, it's like, that had to be Josh. And then Josh hits us. He's like, I got my first one. And it was like, fuck yes.
We were waiting for a buck to
yes.
come out.
So
There's like
how was it with you? I apologize for hogging the conversation. I got so excited for you. It was like, I really wanted you to kill your first deer, and you got 3 good ones.
That was good. It did feel like a little bit like cheating because you're just sitting up in this stand, and then here they come. They're just feeding.
Yeah.
So, but we were in pretty good distance out. It had to be like 150 yards out.
You had some great shot placement too.
Yeah, but it was exciting. And then once we got the 2, I thought we were done.
I know. When you said you were done, I was like,
Yeah.
I only heard 2 shots. I didn't hear 3.
Yeah, because the guy was like, "Is it 2 deer or 3?" I was like, I
I
thought it was 2.
It was 3. Yeah, I figured the guide should have known.
But so we go back up to I don't know, that barn.
Yeah.
And he starts field dressing the deer, and then everybody else shows up there, and then we go back out and do it. So the safari style was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Andy tagged out. Me, Josh, and Francis all needed 1 doe each left.
Yeah.
So the rain started coming down and it got really cold. We're like, "Fuck, this is
It
miserable."
was that was the funnest part for me. Was going around in the
we had a little ATV or side by side. It's a 6-seater, and it's literally drive around, corn the roads,
because
and we
there was
see one.
They had exotic animals out there too.
Yeah, we ain't fucking with those. Like,
No.
Oh my God, you're talking anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 for these.
But it was cool.
It was
just to see
beautiful.
them.
Yeah, we saw zebras. We saw all kinds of stuff.
yeah.
It was a good time though. It
was a lot of fun.
So we took the safari vehicle out, and it took us about a good hour and a half, 2 hours, and we each got a doe. Afterwards, brought it back, field dressed, and we took off. And then you and I went home and we turned it in. And it was great, clean kills, great shot placement. The deer didn't suffer, which is the biggest thing for me. It's like I don't want them to suffer. I don't want to sit there and have them bleed out. But Josh fucking nailed one. I thought it was prone.
Yeah, the buck it dropped.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
You got to hit them right in
one.
that good spot to blow their heart out. Or if you go any higher, you hit their lungs and they're dead instantly. You know, get that little adrenaline pump and they run them and they just crash hard. My doe did the same thing. Drilled her in a good spot and then she crashed maybe 50 meters away. And it was just a good time, man. And then have you eaten it yet?
I haven't eaten it yet.
Bro, I'm so excited for it.
I had some of the
So-
jerky. The jerky was really good.
Oh yeah, I gotta go buy a stand-up freezer to put in my garage because I have no room in my freezer. I'm still working on the deer from last year, and dude, I'm so excited for it. You did a great fucking job.
It was fun.
You want to do it again?
Yeah,
All right, you gotta
definitely.
go buy your own rifle this time now.
Yeah.
You gotta go buy your
I
own
know.
rifle.
It's like gave me a right. He's like, here, use this one.
Well,
There's
those
like
guys-
a dented scope.
Yeah, those are the guys that like their shit's always zeroed. It's always zero because of that instance right there. Because I thought you and I were gonna be together, so I was gonna give Josh the first shot, and Bushnell scopes, pieces of shit, by the way. Fuck Bushnell. We took my scope out there to zero it before we went because it's like I am confirming zero before the season. Because if you're a listener to the show, last season I didn't confirm zero. I thought it was still good. I drilled my buck, but it was way too far to the right or to the left. And I had to shoot him twice, and I felt really bad about that. I was like, that's my fault. I should have done that. I should have confirmed zero. So you and I, we went out to that ESS range out there in Waxahachie.
Yeah.
Great range, by the way. If you're in the DFW area, that's the range to go to. It's outdoors. It's super easy. Steal targets if you want. They got distance. It's up to you. But we drove up to Academy, and I think I got a was it Leopold? I forget what it was.
I thought it was a Savage or.
No, I don't think it was a Sat, man. I could be wrong. The funny thing was, though, I looked through the optic, and I didn't know this. It was for an AR. I didn't know it wasn't for a hunting rifle, because I'm looking at this optic, this is a sick fucking, it's like something out of like F-15 cockpit. You got all these arrows, you got your fucking reticles, you got your standoff markings. And I was like, dude, this is sick. So I take it out, and Andy looks at it, he's like, dude, that's an AR thing. He's like, they're not built for the recoil of a 308. I was like, shit. He's like, but you should be fine. So I do need to, I'm going to put that scope on my Betsy Ross AR-15. I'm going to go buy another scope for that. But dude, we were hitting tax out there when you zeroed. I'm not making this up, folks. As a drill sergeant, I trained hundreds of kids. Josh goes out there, picks up the fundamentals like that, and he's driving. His grouping is like dime size. Like, this dude's good. He's good. He's fucking good. You ain't got to worry about this. He's going to go out there and drop them sons of bitches. And he did.
It was a lot of fun.
It was. So we came back, and the next day, I packed, and the next day I flew out to Dubai. So, yeah, we were really swamped.
It's a full schedule, buddy.
It was. And it's been a great time, but I'm so excited for you to eat that deer. But you said you already tried the jerky?
I tried the jerky, yeah.
How was it?
It was great.
It was good?
Yeah. I'm excited to try the backstrap, and then
you got the backstrap. We got the breakfast sausage.
Yeah.
You got a lot of ground beef.
Dude, I got a ton of breakfast sausage.
That's
might be a little too much.
No.
You don't think so?
Well, freeze it. You freeze it, and it lasts for a very long time. Yeah. And especially with prices being the way they are. And I'm going to give a lot of my meat away. That's what she said as well, or he said, whatever. My dance coach wants some, and some other people. It's just like, yeah, I got a shitload of deer meat. Like, I'll give it to you. It's on me, dude. But and that's the benefit of like hunting, is that you know when you get blessed like that. I always thank God. I always thank God for providing the meat, and I say a prayer for the buck or the doe. And I know it sounds cheesy, but it's like, thank you for giving your life, and like I can feed me and my family and my friends, and it definitely doesn't go to waste. So when somebody sent me this picture on the Dating Libs Instagram, and it was this woman said, "No Trumpers and no hunters." And I'm like, but where do you think your food fucking comes from, you dumb bitch?
Yeah.
I was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. People that do that stuff is just like, where do you think your food comes from? I'm generally curious. Do you think the meat just kind of just jumps on the shelves? Like somebody kills it, and usually it could be in a very a very inhumane way. Like, and that's the thing I feel like liberals give hunters a bad rap for. They think that we're out there just having fun, and don't get me wrong, it's fun.
Yeah.
But it's also the most humane way you can kill these animals. These animals live very good. They eat very good. So it's like if you're gonna do it. There you go. Dude, Sherlock Watson Fraser says fajita with backstrap is the best. I haven't cooked my backstrap yet. I'm excited for that. Andy yelled at me last time because I put my backstrap in a stew, and he did not like that. He's like, you don't fucking do that. That's like the best meat. You don't put it in a stew. I did it just to spite him anyway. So
I'm excited to try the roast, too.
Oh, did you get a roast?
Yeah.
I
got 2 of them.
I don't know if I did or not. Fuck. I should have done that. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, next season. But you get it now. You got the bug. You got the hunting bug.
I'll give you one of mine.
Nah, you're fine. Y'all keep that. I know Laura's gonna love that, dude. This could be a lot of good eating at y'all's house. So, all right. Well, should we get into the news? Because there is a lot of news to cover. We've got Kanye, Milo, Nick Fuentes on Timcast. We've got Kim Kardashian simping for a child pornography brand. We've got Joe Biden being Joe Biden, and a lot of cultural things. And Jews right now are prominent in the media. And I'm not saying that in a very derogatory. I'm just talking about like, we're going to get into this. I'm not going to shy away from talking about this. I'm not Timcast. And we advertised at Timcast with Shell Shock, and I appreciate that. But let's just talk about it. Do you have the soundbite pulled up?
I'm getting it right now.
So on the chat, we got 561 people watching us on Rumble right now. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for being here. YouTube, you need to get your asses over here. Oh, yeah, Alyssa Milano. We're going to get into the Elon stuff. Apparently this week, Elon's bringing all the banned Twitter accounts back. I'm hoping I can get John Burke 1775 back. We'll see. I'm holding my breath, but Alyssa Milano, the biggest retard liberal you've ever seen in your entire life, is like, I just traded my EV or my Tesla in for an EV Volkswagen. It's just like, because, white supremacy. I'm just like, and everybody just starts going after her. And even as soon as she said that, I'm like, you do know who founded Volkswagen. You tell me you know. Please tell me you know this. And she's making this post. This is how stupid liberals are. This is how ignorant they are. You think you are standing for something. You think that you're making this just amazing statements like, this is what I stand for. I'm against white supremacy. But you go and buy something basically created by Nazis.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is how dumb y'all are. This is how stupid you are. And you don't even realize it. And they just sit there and they virtue signal. It's like, do you not get tired of hearing yourselves talk stupid?
She must get paid to do that stuff.
I think she does.
She's such an idiot.
I think
like even when she was wearing the crocheted mask.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what? Yeah. It's a virtue signal, right?
Yeah. That's all it is. And it's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And they just keep doing this because they feel like they are pandering to their own audience. These are the liberal Karens that want to sit there and say, white supremacy, anti-Semitism. I'm going to say it right now. What Kanye has been saying, there are some things that, I don't agree with. And look, I'm going to say this right off the bat. Kanye's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. I said this since he was with Bush, talking about Bush hates black people. I said this when Kirk and Owen strapped on to him and they wanted to ride his freaking celebrity status. What did I tell you people? What did I tell every single one of y'all? This guy is unhinged. He doesn't know what he's talking about half the time, especially in the political realm. He went to Mar-a-Lago. Let's just get into the news. Fuck this.
Hey, do you want to hear that Timcast play?
We'll get to that because I want to give the preamble up to that. So real quick, let me adjust this thing right here. This... Boom, right. Okay. So Kanye West goes to Mar-a-Lago. This guy is living in a fantasy world. He goes to Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago. He brings Milo Yiannopoulos and he brings Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes, I've heard sound bites of this kid. He's a 24-year-old provocateur. This kid doesn't know what he's talking about half the time. The shit he said, he is in favor of dictatorship coming back to America to take over so we can essentially cast out those that don't agree with us religiously. And he's basically, I'm not going to go into the whole white nationalist thing because I do understand where he's coming from on some topics of like white pride. If people can say black pride and white pride offends you, you're a hypocrite, generally speaking. But there's other things he said that are so anti-constitutional. It's like, no, I don't agree with you. This kid's way off. But Nick Fuentes is a provocateur, and I'm not going to debate him. I will never have him on the show. That's one of those people that says the most controversial, stupid shit to gain followings. And his trolls, the groypers, that's what they do. They troll people, and he loses so much credibility. So mainstream conservatives don't respect this kid. They don't. There are ways you can say things that are controversial but rooted in truth. This kid, he's just nothing but a fucking troll. Milo Yiannopoulos, I don't understand him anymore. I don't get this guy anymore. And Amory King knows him. I invited him through Amory to go on the show. Milo keeps ducking me. I've talked to him on Telegram. He said he was a fan of me in the past, but he will not come on the show because I think Milo's a little bit of an elitist. And I've lost a lot of respect for this guy because he used to suck Trump's dick. Then he comes out and he starts bashing Trump. And now you're kissing Trump's ass again. Pick a fucking lane, dude. Pick a fucking lane. What are you doing? This guy is grifting. I know this guy's got a lot of backstory with him and that other woman, Laura Southern, I think her name is, where she busted him out for being a major fucking grifter. And the other thing is, like, when this guy goes out there and he's basically flaunting all this money he's been making, and now you're broke, and you're like, apparently the article came out, he's $2 million in debt in Australia or whatever. It's like...
Milo?
It's like, there's some shady shit going on. And then when you attach to Kanye... I'm like, wait a minute. This is like the dream team of stupid. Like, this is really the dream team of stupid. They have some major clout. They get some major influence. But it's so much haze of information. It's like, I don't even know where any of y'all really stand anymore. Milo goes back and forth. Fuentes is just all over the fucking place. Kanye, you're just like, dude, can you pick a fucking lane?
I don't know. To me, it just seems like he's trying to expose something.
That I can agree with that. I can see that.
I don't care about anybody else's politics or, like... I've never listened to Nick Fuentes or...
No. Well, I saw some clips of him recently because I've seen some clips of his in the past, and he said just some really ignorant shit. And I'm sorry, if you're a virgin that's never slept with a woman, you don't get to sit there and give advice on relationships. You don't get to sit there and talk about women relations. Like, no, dude, you're a virgin. You're a nerd. Like, if this was anywhere else, you get your ass beat. And your little Groyper fans, they're fucking nerds too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not taking advice from anybody that's...
Fuck no. It's never sucked a dick in a vagina. Fuck no. Like, dude, shut up. You just need to get your ass kicked. He's a little
Unless
fucking
I
nerd.
want to figure out how to play a video game. Yeah. Or, I don't know.
I used to have a lot of respect for Milo, and I still have a little bit of respect. The guy led a lot of good charges. But I feel like right now, he's just, I think there's a lot of confusion between Milo, him. Honestly, I don't know if this is a grift. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what the end game is. Milo went to work interning for Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I'm like, dude, she's a Trump loyalist. You're not. You claim that now you hate Trump. But now they went to Mar-a-Lago. They had dinner with Trump. Trump is saying that he didn't know who Nick Fuentes was. Fair enough. Yeah. But, the left, they're going to take that and they're going to run with it. You had dinner with white supremacists, yada, yada, yada.
That's been the only narrative.
Yeah.
The things they don't talk about are inflation, high gas prices, high grocery bills.
They keep going back to culture and not economic.
And a fentanyl crisis.
Yeah.
Anything besides those topics is what they're talking about.
100%. So when the press started coming out at Trump for this, and I'm like, wait, he had dinner with them. And the topic of conversation was Kanye, the audacity of Kanye to ask Trump to be his VP because he's running again in 2024. Kanye does not stand a snowball's chance in hell. No. He is so all over the place. And I don't know if he needs help. I'm not going to try and gaslight this guy and say, oh, he's fucking... I don't know. But the clips that I see, he posted a clip like yesterday, the day before, saying, got him. He's like, I made these tweets to get out of contracts. Now I'm a free man. And I'm like, wait, so that's your end game? I'm so confused by this.
If you've listened to some of his other interviews that he's given, he talks about how in these contracts for celebrities, musicians, athletes.
They have to say certain things.
There's certain language in their contracts that they have to say, or they can't say.
But here's the deal. Call it out. Tell me who it is.
That's what he's doing, and I think that's why he said he's calling out the Jewish community, or the Jews that run the Hollywood.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle did a special, talked about it, and even Dave Chappelle, very, very, you could tell the undertones of his stand up was like, and I'm not saying that Jews run Hollywood. And I'm paraphrasing, there's a lot of Jews in Hollywood. Yeah. And it's just like, okay,
like,
fair enough. And
like a lot.
I'm willing to have this conversation. Like, why are we shying away from this? Because Ben Shapiro, this dude, I'm sorry. I do like Ben. I like a lot of what he says. But when it comes to anything Jewish related, instantly, any criticism of Judaism or whatever, it's automatically classified as anti-Semitic. Yeah. I saw Breitbart posted something about Kanye. It's like, Kanye said this, this, and this, and it's anti-Semitic. And I'm sitting there, I'm reading it, and I'm just like, guys, you know me. I had the Pew Pew Jew on, and I'm like, I'm not fucking anti-Semitic. I don't hate Jews. No. I was like, if I had to pick between Muslims and Jews, I'm going with Jews. I fought the Muslims. These are not people I want to be associated with in like, as far as like being forced to pick between the two. I can tolerate Jews and they'll tolerate, there's that mutual respect. The Middle Eastern Muslims, there is none. It doesn't really exist to that extent. So it's like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate people as a culture as a whole or anything like that, but I'm saying if you force me to pick, I'm going with Israel. I don't believe in sending Israel our money. It's like, let Israel be their own thing. But the thing that pisses me off about this is that you can't even have a conversation about Jewish nepotism. Yeah. I mean, what doesn't exist? Bullshit, it doesn't exist. If nepotism exists for white privilege or black privilege, don't you sit there and lie to my face and say there's no such thing as Jewish nepotism. That does exist. So when we want to have these conversations and say, I'm not saying that, every Jew, like, oh, the Jews. It's like, but we can have these conversations. So, which leads us to the Tim Pool interview that he just did with Kanye, Nick Fuentes, and Milo. Now, I watched clips of this interview. Tim Cass handled it poorly. And I feel like when you are going to bring somebody on, like if Kanye was to come in the studio and he wanted to vocalize his opinions, I'm not going to be the anti-Kanye. And I'm not standing up for Jewish people. I simply want to have a sit down. And this is what blows my mind. This used to be normal. Yeah. This used to be normal that you could sit down and have a conversation with somebody, not in the sense of I'm going to debate you and prove you wrong, but simply, I just want to hear what you think. Because I feel like the media is not giving you a fair shake. Tell me why you feel there's a lot of Jewish nepotism in Hollywood and music and these other things. I want to hear it. Tell me. Give me the examples. So, dude, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's an insane statement to make and a complete misunderstanding of what the wars in the Middle East were about. If you say in the military you would be dishonorably discharged, no, you wouldn't. You know what you're fucking talking about. And I've actually been to the Middle East, and I've, whatever. Okay, you guys clearly, whatever. I'm not even paying attention to comments today because instantly it's like, oh, John Schilling for the Jews or John Schilling for the Muslims. It's like, what the fuck ever, dude. You people are so retarded. But there are a lot of anti-Semites. I'll see that. There are people that genuinely hate Jews. But there are people that basically are calling out essentially Jewish people for Jewish nepotism, which is fine. I don't understand how that's anti-Semitic. That's not a hatred of Jewish people by and large. It's saying, look what they are doing. Because black people do the same fucking thing. So do whites. So do Asians. Asians do it a lot. Yeah. Like, don't tell me they don't. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. What do you find in Chinatown?
When you go to an Asian restaurant, it's only Asian workers. When you usually go to a Mexican restaurant, it's usually Mexican workers. What the fuck are you on about? Yeah. But wait, the thing that bothers me, it's like, I'm not trying to pick a side in this. I just want to get, where are you coming from on this? Like, show me, because I don't really care about it normally. I don't pay attention to Jewish people. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. It's like, but if you want to tell me, I'm willing to listen. My mind's open on this. So
I find it curious that he starts calling out the Jewish community and talking, and to me it doesn't sound anti-Semitic. No. Anything that he's saying. Well, that
I will say, when you say unless he starts DEFCON 3 on the Jews, like, oh, it's not the right way to say that.
Unless he starts saying, dropping racial slurs and that kind of stuff, and we need to do this and we need to do this to these people here. Yeah. Then I'm like, man, that might be a little too far. But if you're just saying like 300 Jewish people run the country.
We've got the article here, but I want to go back to, because we'll get to that, the 300 Zionists that are running Hollywood or something like that. But let's go back to the Tim Cass interview. So Kanye, Nick Fuentes, and Milo Yiannopoulos team up, and they go to Tim Cass' thing. And I don't hate Tim Cass. I'll be honest, I don't watch his program. I don't watch anybody's content. I just don't. I'm not interested in it. But when I'm looking at Tim Cass, or I'm watching the interview and the clips of it last night on Twitter and stuff like that, if you didn't know, I think it was like 28 minutes into the interview, Kanye just gets up and leaves. He just gets up and leaves. And the reason for that is Kanye was basically talking about how Jews control the media and the press like that. And I'm kind of like, I was like, well, give me names. Like, if we look at who owns a lot of these banks and stuff like that, give me the names. If you're going to make a statement, excuse me, that is very controversial, come with the facts, come with the names and the proof. If you're generalizing and it's anecdotal evidence, that's never going to fly. You just can't do that. And people will be like, no, bro, it's like, you got to show me the proof. So when Kanye goes on there and play the clip, this is the clip that basically triggered Kanye into walking off the set, which I don't think he should have done. But Tim Cast also, when he conducted the interview, he was trying to be the anti-Kanye. He was trying to debate Kanye. Yeah. It's like, look, dude, if you're going to conduct an interview, that's fine. Conduct the interview and interview him. You can ask him questions like, well, then how do you feel about this? Versus, I'm putting my opinion against yours. Now it's a debate. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to debate the guy. I just want to come on and say, yeah, let me pick your brain, dude. What do you think about this? Yeah. So when Tim Cast did this, or Tim Pool did this, it was just like, bro, I think you handled that interview a little wrong. You could have done it better, but Kanye also should not have walked out. Stand and defend yourself, dude. Stand and defend yourself. Don't fucking just say, fuck this. But I also think that Kanye, when you hear this interview, Pete, Kanye was like, bro, this ain't gonna happen. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna get my truth out there. I don't even like saying truth. Truth is truth is truth. There is no mine or yours. Truth is truth. Yeah. Now, there's perspectives, but there's only one truth. So Kanye, I don't know, man. I feel like, and maybe I got it wrong because I don't watch Tim Pool. Maybe he is a debater. Maybe that's all it is. But I figured it was going to be an interview. It could have been like the biggest interview he had. Whatever. I mean, he runs his show. It's whatever he wants to do. So let's play the clip here.
There you go.
God is using me. He's breaking me down, removing all of the, richest person, all of this, so I can serve him. And the more and more those things are taken away from me, the more I can be empty and be a vessel and be able to be used. And right now, it's like, you're not going to take, if we can't, you're not going to take my pain away, right? The Jewish people say, it's the Holocaust, this happened, and you can't say anything about it. We can't take their pain away. No one's going to denounce the fact that they tried to lock me up. That's what, because every time I'm just holding stride, and it's like, I thought I was more Malcolm X, but I find out I'm more MLK, because as I'm getting hosed down every day by the press and financially, I'm just standing there. And when I found out that they tried to put me in jail, it was like a dog was biting my arm, and I almost shed a tear, almost. But I still walked in stride through it. Yeah.
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who is they, though? We can't say who they is, can we?
Press. I'm not using I don't use the word as the way I guess you guys use. I'm talking about.
It is them, though, isn't it?
Okay, so that right there is like Kanye saying it's the Jewish people. They're trying to cancel me, which, like you said before, it's like if you're saying something and they want to cancel you for it, then maybe there's some truth to that. Yeah. But then again,
they're proving, like, Jewish people are proving his point.
Yeah.
So when Tim Cast or
Tim Pool,
yeah, whatever, says they, he's not.
He was talking about the press,
yeah, he's
but
avoiding.
Kanye is saying the Jews and the media. So Tim...
And if you listen to some of his other interviews that he's done, he talks about when he was married to Kim Kardashian, and they tried to tell him that he had mental issues and he needed to be... They started medicating him. Yeah. They had doctors come in medicating this guy, and...
that's why I'm saying, I feel like you said before, he's probably trying to expose some stuff.
I think I think it's 100% what he's doing.
Yeah.
And if they were giving this guy drugs or lithium and shit to chill him out, to keep him under control, then
there could be something there.
That sounds a little dangerous, because someone with that big of a platform and major influence over millions of people, that's a really big tool for people to have,
but
right?
Do you remember what we talked about in regards to Alex Jones? He's gotten a lot of things right, but he's also gotten a lot of things wrong, because a lot of people want to gain their fame, gain their notoriety by being political provocateurs. And that's how a lot of it comes these days. You've got to be provocative. You've got to make some crazy statements to gain some clout, and then you can kind of go on your thing. But the problem is, when you do so much of that, like Kanye has done, it's very difficult to take somebody like that seriously, because the dumb shit you've said in the past, I automatically write you off. And I know that could also be in kind of like in keeping with a bias, but if all you say is stupid shit, I'm not expecting you to say anything smart. I'm just not. When Kanye interviews Trump, is like, you should be on this hydro jet and stuff. Like, why is Trump having this guy in the Oval Office? Like, this is a joke.
He just doesn't.
Trump wanted to get the black vote. Kanye had a lot of influence in the black community. And I got to respect Trump for that. It's a smart move to make. But even still, I was like, okay, wait a minute. Maybe Kanye's onto something here. Maybe he's trying to expose these pedophile rings and stuff like that. Because when you look at what Kim Kardashian's doing with this, this, and we're going to talk about the brand here in a second for the child pornography stuff they were trying to put out there. It's like, wait a minute. Maybe Kanye did see some shit. But also, it's like, bro, it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf. You've said some stupid off-the-wall shit in the past, but is he being honest now?
What if the stupid off-the-wall shit that he said is actually true, and it just sounds like nonsense to everybody else?
No, I'm talking about in the sense of, like, Bush hates black people. And like, oh, God, here we go. Like,
I don't know. Maybe he does.
Oh, come on. let's. I'm just talking about.
I don't know.
But Milo doesn't really say much. Milo's there with Kanye, and I think at this point Milo's grifting. I think he's trying to get his fame back. I offered him to come on the show, and he basically didn't even answer Amory back. And it was just kind of like, all right, bro, if you're going to blow me off, then fuck off. I'm willing to. I went to Twitch for him to see if Twitch would be okay and him having his own thing. They said no. He DM'd me on Telegram. And this is the other thing that kind of pissed me off. He claims he's straight, but he was flirting with me in Telegram. And I'm like, okay, this dude's full of shit. Like, he's still gay. And I don't give a fuck. Be gay. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like there's some, I don't trust the guy anymore. And it's just like, whatever. But when Kanye conducted that interview and Kanye's like, who? And Tim Cass is like, I'm not going to call him that. It's just like, I wouldn't even have went that far if I was Tim. I would have just been like, let Kanye talk. Just let Kanye talk. Don't interrupt. Just put it out there and ask him the questions for clarification. But then again, like some people in the chat said, Tim doesn't do interviews. I guess it's not that kind of show. So I can understand that. And that's another reason why if Kanye knew that, then don't walk off. Defend your stance. Tim Pool gave you the chance. Don't walk away from it. Yeah. And he did. So that's why I'm feeling on both sides. It's like, I think there was a lot of, I don't know. But continue playing the clip, please.
Yeah, I think there's just like 15 seconds left or something.
I mean, because because when you think about it, consider it.
That's Nick Fuentes.
In 2018.
What do you mean it's not?
What do I mean? Like, okay, so how about, are you leaving?
And that's when, Kanye bounced.
Are you afraid of the press?
He's gone. I'll say it right now. You guys want to bring that stuff up, and then think we're not going to have
Yeah, so
I don't know. To me, it's just I feel like there's just so much. I don't even know how to explain it. It feels like this is a big haze. It's this big haze of like who's right, who's wrong. Like I don't fucking know. But it's like, you know what? If Kanye wants to bring this up, bring the facts. Bring the facts. Bring me names. I'm willing to listen. I'm not going to sit there and say, no, we can't insult the Jews or we can't talk about Jews. You 100% can. You should. You should talk about fucking anything. So I'm cool with that. So if Kanye, if for some reason Kanye sees a clip and wants to come on the show, you've got an open seat right here. I won't interrupt you. You say what you want to say.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm going to agree with you or I'm going to disagree with you. I will bring in black supremacists. I will bring in white supremacists because these liberals out there are like, you shouldn't even be given a platform. It's like, if they have an interesting take, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear different perspectives. Probably not going to agree with it. And as long as they're not being openly racist and shit like that, a lot of what Kanye said, I'm like, I don't see the anti-Semitism in that.
Yeah, I'm
struggling
to find it myself.
Jewish people or anything, but I'm like, bro.
And this is like back burner stuff to me.
Yeah.
Like this stuff, it doesn't really matter to me. What I'm more concerned about is national security, lowering our taxes, getting high inflation down, lowering the fuel costs, making American lives better.
I think that
like this stuff right here is. It's interesting to watch how it plays out because
but this is important, though. I think that this talking about this kind of stuff is important because if we're going to sit there and harp on the culture war and push for like equality across the board based upon race and shit like that, then that needs to apply to even the Jewish people. That needs to apply to everybody. Because if you're against nepotism, it should be against every form of it. It doesn't matter if it's just one community, because I think a lot of this ties into whiteness. I think a lot of this ties into the fact that it's easy to attack white Christians. It's easy. You can say whatever, like look at the press. Yeah. You can say whatever the fuck you want about white Christians. You don't get canceled. It's okay. You say anything about Jewish people, canceled. Why? You say anything about black people, canceled. Why? Why is it's okay to attack white people? And this doesn't make me inherently white racist or a white supremacist, but I'm sitting there saying, you created this war. You created this cultural issue. We were fucking allies at a point, but now I'm not. I'm not going to stand for fucking all these bullshit movements that are founded in supremacy. This is not equality. This is privilege. This is favoritism. This is supremacy. This is not equality. Because I'm a constitutional guy. I don't care if you're Jew, Gentile, black, it doesn't matter. Everyone should be equal. Same rights across the board. But if we're talking about nepotism, then let's talk about it. Because if it does need to have a spotlight shown on it, that's the truth. Then prove it. Kanye just needs to come with the facts. And if it's true, there you go. If it's not, he's full of shit. So I'm not sitting here saying he's right or he's wrong, but I'm just saying, show me the evidence, dude. And I'm willing to listen. Yeah. I'm not going to say, oh, it's not real. I'm willing to listen, dude. Let's talk about it. We saw it with the BLM. Remember when the BLM first hit? I talked about it. People were like, oh my God, you can't say that. Well, why the fuck can't I say this?
Yeah.
Why is it wrong to say I'm proud to be white? Which honestly, I'm not, because I don't care. That's not my identity. But people in the black community is like black pride. It's like, and I can understand that from the extent of saying, because you've been through a lot. Well, your ancestors have. It's like, you don't know what it's like growing up to be black in America. It's like, you're right. I can agree with that, but you don't know what it's like to be white and having to listen to a lot of the stuff being lobbed at me as far as white privilege, colonization, all these stupid things. It's like, I'm tired of hearing the same repetitive bullshit over and over again, and you're not coming with any proof. Like, where's this proof? So with that whole interview, and I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about this, because I'm just like, maybe he's right. Let's see.
I think anytime you see the legacy media start to get in an outrage about this kind of stuff, and then it makes me think, well, maybe they're onto something.
Possibly, but also let me go on the opposite side of that and play devil's advocate, because a lot of these companies love virtue signaling. When it comes to white people, they don't care. You can say whatever you want. That's weapons free on that one.
True.
Black, Jew, they'll cancel you. So I'm not saying that the fact that they tried canceling because of his Jewish things means the Jews are protecting themselves. They've done this for every other race, Jews included. So I don't think that them trying to cancel him because of his Jewish statements necessarily automatically says or automatically means that the Jews are protecting themselves. I think that's just by and large, because there were people of company CEOs that are not Jewish trying to cancel him. It's basically a virtue signaling stance saying, we don't support what he's saying because we love Jewish people. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not everybody in Hollywood
Yeah.
is Jewish.
Right.
Okay, but
like Chappelle said, but there's a lot of Jews in Hollywood. It's like, okay, fair
I know
enough.
he's like, there's like a lot of Jews.
Weinstein, Epstein. It's like these were two prominent people of
I worked
Jewish
on that.
culture or descent. Excuse me, I shouldn't say culture. It's, what I'm talking about.
I did a Netflix series. I ran Jib on it, and I'd say like 95% of the crew
were Jews.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that. I don't know anything about Hollywood.
I mean, that was like not the school itself. It was that Netflix. It was called Cheer. So most of the crew was,
okay, Jewish. Where's the diversification? Aren't we supposed to be diverse?
I guess I was. I don't know.
You're Jewish.
Yeah, I mean,
Josh
all these guys
actually is not Jewish, so I say that. But no, and I don't hate black people. I don't hate Jewish people. I hate the people that are sitting there wanting privilege, that are wanting special treatment. Fuck you. What have you done to earn something like that? If you're for equality, you're for equality. All right, let's open up the phones because I want to hear what people have to say. My mind's open on this one. I'm not sitting there saying like all Jews are this way. I talked to one of my favorite people, her and her people are moving to Dallas. What's her name on Twitter? She defended the January 6 people. Oh God, Marina, what's her name? And I think she's Jewish, but I would love to have her on and discuss what's going on, but she's not here yet. And I'd love to have her in studio. Very intelligent woman. She's a lawyer. And, she's been she's been a big proponent against Kanye and the stuff he's saying. And very educated woman. I would love to hear what she has to say about it, but I'll get her on the show soon. But yeah, the number, if you want to call in, is 214-817-1689. Again, it is 214-817-1689. And I do love how people are kind of like instantly they're going to jump on it and say, John shilling for the Jews or John hates Jews. It's like, okay, whatever, dude. That's the people I feel like projecting their own beliefs and essentially putting it out in the front. I was like, I'm Christian. I don't simp for anybody. I simp for shell shock. That's about it.
Yeah.
It pays my bills. And I have my own walk with God, so it's whatever. But I don't know. For me, it's like, I just want the truth. Just give me the truth. That's all there is to it. So we get any calls? I figure we will. We've got 700 people watching on Rumble and like another, how many we got watching on YouTube? We got another almost 400 on YouTube. YouTube, come over to Rumble. Come help us out, though. Oh, and before I forget, hit that locals. Join our locals community. It's on, I was told I need to push that more. Join the locals community. It's on the app. You can just tap the button, instantly become a supporter. We really appreciate that. So, yeah, let's do that. And I know on locals, it's a paid thing. It's $4.99 a month, and you get preference. You get preferential treatment. I'm going to be starting the locals live chat community, and I'll see that one, and I'll probably answer more of those questions. All right, so let's go ahead. Yep.
Caller, you there? Hello.
I'm here.
Yo, what's going on, man? You're live.
How's it going, fellas? You all doing today?
Can't complain. What's going on with you?
Well, it's going to be I'm going to put my tinfoil beanie on.
Go right ahead.
Here's what I'm thinking is here's what I'm thinking is going on. There's a lot of moving parts, obviously. So we know that Marjorie Taylor Greene, is and Milo's worked for her as an intern, which is, that itself is its own thing.
Yeah.
But now Marjorie Taylor Greene is now supporting McCarthy, which that doesn't make any sense because she can get her committees back regardless of what McCarthy is going to do. That's one thing. So that's kind of interesting to me that now he's working for Kanye. The thing about Tim that's interesting is that about a week ago Milo was on, or 2 weeks ago Milo was on, and he gave him basically the floor. Like, didn't interject, didn't say, basically just gave Milo the whole hour, which is not his typical way he runs the show. Like the people in the chat were saying, he usually has kind of like, we're going to talk about the news. Unfortunately, Kanye was the news that they were talking about. So he thought that maybe he could bring him into the conversation. Milo, I think, was with, telling Kanye, look, they're going to give you the floor. Go ahead. So I think Kanye at that point was kind of pissed off saying, dude, I'm Kanye. Give me the fucking floor, right? Yeah. So I think, and that's where his pushback started getting, his pushback was going there. My thing is he keeps saying they. What Tim could have said was, you say they, are you talking about the media supporting the Jews in canceling you? Because that's the way, I think that's the right way to say it.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it.
Canceling you per se.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, there's going to be a lot of Jewish CEOs that are going to be like, yeah, we're not doing this, we're canceling you, or we're whatever the case. But I think you're saying it a lot better. But at the same time, I can't fault him because, when you're on the spot, it's like, hindsight 2020, I could have said it this way. But in that clip, Tim said, it's like, I'm not going to say, Jews. I'm going to say they, the press. So it's like, I see it from both angles, but that's what pissed Kanye off. And I was like, you shouldn't have left that. Like, keep hammering your point, but continue.
Yeah, and another weird thing, which is pretty interesting, is I don't know if a lot of people picked up on, is when he asked, well, how did you guys all link up? He said Alex Jones, which was kind of interesting to me. So, I started watching a live show this morning on one of his morning crew shows. It wasn't Alex Jones, it was Harrison Smith. I called in and started talking about it. I was like, so, what about them saying that Alex Jones was, part of, what's going on here, because we all know that Marjorie Taylor, I don't know if you do know, but MTG is on their show a lot. Milo is on the show a lot. Nick is on the show a lot, or has been on the show. So I'm thinking, like, what does Alex Jones have to do with all this? As soon as I brought that up, they basically cut me off and then changed, went to the next. So I'm thinking there's something going on. There's,
I think so too.
It's all, I think it's a cabal against Trump. I think it really is.
Well, I don't know about that, because then why would Kanye and Milo go to Mar-a-Lago to go woo Trump? Do you think it was a sabotage thing?
The comments. Yes, because the comments that Milo made when he said, "I lost everything helping to put Trump in office. My life and career were completely destroyed."
But Milo did that himself. That wasn't Trump.
Betrayed.
Yeah, I did see that. You're right. I did see that because he posted. I think it was on his Parler. But also, you can't pin that on Trump.
I'm dedicating the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's saying, I'm dedicating the rest of my life to the destruction of the Republican Party.
Yep.
And 2 weeks ago, he was praising Trump, saying how machismo he is, praising them and saying good things about the Republican Party. He's working for. He's not working for the other team. He's working for his own team.
I agree. I do agree with that, because I did see that. That was posted by other influencers on Twitter, and I saw that making the rounds. And it didn't make sense to me. It's like, dude, you were all over Trump at the beginning, and then you hated him, and then it was kind of like Ann Coulter, but she's at least stayed in her lane.
Trump doesn't know who's coming to his house.
Do what?
Of course he knows who Nick Fuentes is. That's garbage. He knows who Nick Fuentes is. You think they're going to let Trump around people that they don't first vet? There's no way he didn't know who Nick Fuentes is. Man up and just say Nick. I mean, that's the thing that pisses me off about Trump. He backs himself into these bullshit corners. I'm like, dude, man up. Nick. You know Nick.
Yeah.
You've talked about Nick before.
And even Marjorie Taylor Greene went to that event Nick Fuentes held, and then she claimed that she didn't know who he was. So, and then Marjorie Taylor Greene's also on record for saying some really stupid things about Jewish space lasers and shit. So I'm just kind of like, that's why I feel like a lot of these people make these really outlandish claims. Like, it's hard to take you seriously because you said some really ignorant things in the past, and now you want me to take it seriously. It's like, I don't even know if I should take it seriously anymore.
No, I can't, because it doesn't make, I mean, the one thing is like, well, make it make sense.
Yeah.
None of it makes sense. You know why it doesn't make sense? It's because they're flying by the seat of their pants. They're trying to figure something. I mean, it's just, it's weird that InfoWars basically cut me off, just shut me off. It's just weird. There's something going on there. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theory type of guy, but for the last couple of years, if it smells like shit, probably shit.
I agree. No, that doesn't surprise me. I've never, I don't know. Alex Jones, dude, I feel like people are like, oh, he's got a lot of things right. Yeah, but he's also got a lot of things wrong. And his Sandy Hook statements were like, dude,
but
that was
I don't think people realize he's got a lot of pull.
Oh, he does.
He's
oh,
got
absolutely.
A lot of pull. I think a lot of pull that nobody really knows about.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got a lot of pull, and I think he's got his hands in this.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, there's a lot of them coming up everywhere. Marjorie Taylor Greene's coming out. Laura Loomer's coming out. There's just a lot of
Laura Loomer. I lost all
like,
respect for her.
Kind of like,
she's Jewish, right?
Oh yeah.
Laura Loomer, not just because of that, but Laura Loomer tried to cancel Kyle Kashoff, and basically got him booted out of Harvard. And I was like, dude, are you serious? It's like, you've said a lot of stupid shit too, and you're going after Kyle Kashoff, and that's why I lost all respect for her. But hey, man, I appreciate your call. Thank you for weighing in on that. It is very well put, by the way. Very well put. And I do see it a sense of, you've got the establishment GOP, and then you've got the Alex Jones side of the house. And it's like, you've got the boomer neocons, you've got a lot of the hardcore conspiracy theorists, and I feel like I'm kind of like right here in the middle going, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want anything to do with either of it. It's like, I just want freedom, just liberty. Leave me the fuck alone, lower my taxes. Let's take another call. We're going to listen to what you have to say, people.
Stand by.
I had a comment in there that says, Trump will hang out with anybody who fluffs his ego. I do agree with that. Yellow, you're live.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
Don't think I'd get through. Nothing much. I just paused the video here. Yeah, I was looking at the Timcast thing this morning because I watch Timcast when I usually cook at night, and it's frustrating because I feel like there's a lot of people that don't ask very important questions, and in today's not society, I hate saying like as a whole, but a lot of people don't have the balls to ask really important questions.
Yeah.
And like with Kanye, I honestly, Kanye has been in the scene for a long time. And he's always been like the guy that like jumps up on the stage and like, yells out some crazy stuff.
That's true.
And what I'm thinking is that if he's trying to go for the presidency, he's doing the same thing. He's just trying to get in the news because, I don't even know. I don't remember what that saying is. Like, all news is good news.
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad press.
Any press is good press.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's kind of one of those things where I think he just doesn't. He doesn't have like a formula, and nobody around him has like a formula for him becoming a president. And so he's just trying to get as much press as possible.
Yeah.
And Timcast, regardless of what like people think about him, he's got very like prominent, famous people on his podcast constantly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard, but there's a big portion of the people that come on there, and like Kanye, like they're grifters. They go where the current is. They're downstream, from the popular thinking, and so it's hard because I look outside right now and like we bought property, and I'm not just gonna make this about me. I'm just trying to give perspective as to like the common folk. I guess I am to where our thinking is. I can give a shit less about the stuff that's going on in DC right now. Like, I don't care. I worked there. I worked for Homeland Security for a long time. I was in the military, so I kind of know how that goes. And I wanted to take my family as far away from the man.
Yeah, away from the flagpole. No, I agree with that.
Yeah, it just disconnect.
Yeah.
And, so now, like, we're building our own home. I put my own power, my own wealth, my own everything on this property.
There you go.
And my wife and I, we bought like 1,000 meat birds and processed them the past summer.
That's the way to go.
To sell, to make money.
Not gonna lie, that's the life right there. That's what I would love to do. Yeah, homesteading, dude. I would love to do that, but land out here is so freaking expensive.
Where are you in Texas?
Yeah, I'm out north towards Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm up in North Idaho, so we can't go wrong. We bought a couple years ago out here, so it's frustrating because we started like an Instagram thing, and the more I get into it, the more I'm like, God, I don't want to be a part of this. But for like advertising and trying to get people to buy our product, it's hard. So word of mouth is the best way. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the grifter thing is just trying to get a reaction from a lot of people and get the press. So I don't know.
The only thing I don't agree with that about though is Kanye doesn't need to grift. Kanye's got massive influence. He's got massive followings. What's the part? Like Milo, I could see because he's trying
now. I mean, he talked about how his handlers.
Thank you for your call, by the way. We appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. He talked about how his handlers could take everything away from him, take all of his money away, all of his fame, everything, and just like boop, you're gone. Erase his entire career and all that stuff. So I think it's very possible for people to be able to do that. You know, if they control your finances, if they control everything about every aspect of your life. You know, that's what they could do.
I could understand that in the sense of like you're making so much money from so many different avenues that you have to hire people. I totally get that. Yeah. But it's just like one of these things to where like, I don't know, man. I feel like when he went hand in hand with Kim Kardashian, you were begging for trouble. Like those people are not good people.
That's what I don't.
They are not good people.
Yeah, it's not like...
That's poor choice in a woman, dude. I'm sorry. That is a poor choice in a mate and a partner. Fuck no. Kim Kardashian and her crew, they are the reason why I feel like a lot of the cultural issues in America are the way they are. They're the reason why reality TV became so fucking prominent because of those morons. Like, what is... They are famous for being famous. That's all it is. Yeah. You bring nothing to the table. Like, nothing. She sucks some dude's dick in a video. She gets super famous. It's like, I'm sorry, like... I don't see what value you bring to anybody's life. I just don't. Yeah. Me, I fat shame people. It works. Let's take some more calls and we're going to go ahead and move on. This will be a little bit longer show today because I've been absent. But again, before we get to that, shellshockcbd.com, code STUFFED. Get you 45% off until tomorrow. Stock up right now. Don't pass up on this opportunity. We appreciate your love and support. That helps support the show. So, all right, let's keep going.
All right.
Yellow.
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
What's up, man? What you got on your mind?
Yeah, just wanted to kind of give my opinion as well on this whole Kanye thing. I don't follow mainstream Hollywood at all anymore. Or anything like that. Never was into that. But
yeah.
To me, it just seems like there's some mental disconnect there. Like you said, is that some of the things he said have been correct, but some also haven't. And when someone makes these drastic changes in their lives, like saying, "Oh, I'm now a born-again Christian," it's like, you may be, but you also may not. I'm going to look at your life and see, do those actions reflect your beliefs and your statements? And so far, I mean, his statements do back up some things, but he's acting a lot of the same, which just makes me really question, okay, is any of this really true?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. Like I said before, like with the Alex Joneses and Marjorie Taylor Greens, like it's hard to take you seriously because you said some very outlandish stuff that's like, dude, I'm sorry. Like you can make statements that are controversial, but I can see where you're coming from. And then you can make statements like Alex Jones saying Sandy Hook was a red flag or Sandy Hook was a stage thing. It's like, dude, what the fuck? And it wasn't even the fact that he said it, is he said it like right after it happened. I'm like, dude, that was the dumbest thing you ever could have said. And I believe in freedom of speech. Like, don't get me wrong. Thank you for your call, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I do believe in freedom of speech. I think you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want to say. I don't care. Like, you should be able to say fire in a movie theater, but then they're going to kick you the fuck out and you can never go back. I agree with that. But I also agree with the fact that you are going to have consequences of a lot of the things that you're going to say. And you can't pearl clutch when you go out there and you say something like that. And it does go back into the fact that it does discredit you from in the future. If you ever want to kind of get on that straight and narrow, it's like, yeah, but you've said some insane things in the past. And it's like, I want to believe you, but you've lied a lot of the times. I got this bad feeling about InfoWars. I got a bad feeling about all that crew. I don't want anything to do with it. I just want truthful, honest people. Like, and I'm not saying like somebody that's so far left or so far right, but somebody that has some common fucking sense. And it's like, I'm not saying Kanye's wrong about the Jewish thing, but it's like, give me some proof here, bro. Give me some proof and I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to listen. But I just feel like the water's so muddied right now because articles
Hasn't there always been an underlining kind of running joke that Jewish people run Hollywood and Jewish people run the financial community?
Oh, absolutely. That's been proven true time and time again, even at the Dallas Holocaust Museum. And I am not a Holocaust denier. I believe I think it was like they said upwards of 8 million were murdered. And I do believe in that. I believe it was ridiculous. But even in the Holocaust Museum, I was very shocked. If you live in Dallas, the DFW area, go to the Dallas Holocaust Museum because it's a very interesting museum. And one of the things they said in that I was really surprised they talked about Jews with money. But it talked about throughout the history of Jewish people, that was the only jobs they could have was money trading and things like that. That's why they became so good at it. You look at people in the Middle East or wherever you're coming from, if your only job is, say, for example, a seamstress or whatever, you're going to become proficient and expert at that. Jews are the same thing with money. And that's not being anti-Semitic. That's just saying that was the history of what their people were allowed to do by being oppressed for many, many years. But when you make that statement as like, oh, that's anti-Semitic, like, no, it's not. How is that anti-Semitic? It's proven true throughout time. And this is not saying, it's kind of like how racism, oh, that's racist, or it's like, it's been used so much and out of context and incorrectly, it's lost all meaning. Breitbart published an article yesterday or the day before about Kanye and his anti-Semitic statement. They said it. I was like, that's not anti-Semitic. That's simply questioning the status. Yeah, it's like, bro, people keep saying, that's what pisses me off. We are generalizing everything Kanye says as being anti-Semitic. When you say I'm going DEF CON on the Jews, yeah, that's kind of anti-Semitic. It's like, that would be like, I'm going DEF CON on the black people. It's like, bro, that's racist as fuck. So why isn't that? But the other thing, but I don't think Kanye meant it like that. It was more like, I'm going to expose Jewish nepotism. But I don't think Kanye's smart enough to say it in that context. So, but we got to take the man at his word.
Yeah.
So I see where he's coming from, but it's like the water's been muddied so much by people using words out of context: fascist, racist, white supremacist, nationalist, xenophobe. It doesn't have any meaning anymore because it's been used by the left so much and been misquoted and out of character or out of context. It's like, dude, I'm sorry. It's boy who cried wolf with you. It's boy who cried wolf with Kanye. It's boy who cried wolf with Milo. Like, dude, I don't trust anything you say anymore. And that guy who called the first caller was right when he said, I read the quote that Milo posted. It's like, I'm going to dedicate my life to destroying the GOP. Okay. You're like, sorry, but then you're going to Mar-a-Lago. I think honestly what that was is Milo's trying to castrate himself before Trump so Trump can bring him back. I really feel like that's it because Milo needs that spotlight. He needs the spotlight.
I'm not a fan of the GOP.
No, me neither. Me neither.
You know, and in fact, nobody should be a fan of the GOP.
No, there's a lot of people that are. Go on Truth Social. Oh my God.
A lot of swamp creatures in the GOP that haven't done anything for the American people.
Yeah.
Just as bad as Democrats. I just think there are probably more Republicans. That.
You know what this feels
a lot better
like?
Than
this feels like high school drama. This feels like high school fucking drama.
I'm like, I don't even care about any of this.
Yeah, and realistically speaking, it's kind of like what you said. It's like, what does this really affect?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it does affect some things, but I'm talking like economically. Is this going to save my money? Is this going to save me from getting taxed out the ass? Not really.
You think cities are going to start to be burned down now, and they're going to go after Jewish people?
No. I respect the Jews on that. They're not out there fucking burning down shit, right?
Black
people.
Well, that's not going to happen in their neighborhoods.
No.
You're not going to see a majority of Jewish neighborhoods being burnt down. But we did see that over an election cycle, and it was a majority
blacks and white liberals. Yep.
Yeah, blacks and white liberals. Their businesses were burned down.
Yep. The girlfriend told me about she has a friend that owns a business in Dallas. It was a salon, and the BLM riots here got burned down.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, you're fucking kidding me. And the thing was that they did a lot of community outreach. They did a lot of fundraising for black people, and they still burned their business. I was like, I can see why you're racist at this point now. When they want to treat you like that, then fuck you. Fuck you and your culture. Like, fuck you and your community. Like, I did this, and then you come in and you burn my shit down. Why the fuck should I ever care about you again? I get that. And I know that's...
See, that's the slippery slope you get into when
you generalize an
entire race. It's not the entire black race that went around and marched through the streets and lit buildings on fire. It was imbeciles who were brainwashed into thinking that they're oppressed and they don't have any other opportunity than anybody else in this country.
I feel like
that's what happened.
I feel it was like a lot of black socialists that were kind of like, gimme, gimme, gimme. I want because of this, that, and the other. And they don't want to look inwardly at their own culture. There was an article that just came out about the white guy that was supposed to be a quarterback, I forget for which team, and he was singing a rap song and the word nigga was in there. And he said it, and they canceled him for it. I was like, no, you don't get to do that. That's some bullshit. And white people need to start speaking the fuck up because the shit's getting out of hand, or it's been out of hand. You're canceling a white kid for singing the lyrics a black dude fucking wrote and sang, and you're saying, no, you don't get to own the language. You don't get to dominate it. I'm sorry. Nigga means the same thing as the other word. It's just with an A versus a hard ER. So you got to tell me, why is it you're going to cancel this white kid, but you won't cancel any of black hip-hop culture? You won't touch it. Because you know damn well if you do, the black community like that will turn on you as a white liberal and you'll be canceled because of your own fucking rules. That's why it's bullshit. You don't get to monopoly a language. You don't. And people that sit there and say, oh, it's not the same thing. Bullshit, it's not. Bull fucking shit, it's not. If MLK were here today and he heard that, he'd be rolling in his fucking grave. That shit's ridiculous. It's a word founded in stupidity. It is a stupid fucking word. You shouldn't be saying it. Yeah. So stop wearing it as a badge of honor, and then you get fucking pearl clutch offended when a white dude says it. I remember the concert, the black rapper comes up there, and he pulls a white dude out of the audience, and the guy's like, oh, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. Why the fuck do you get to? This is the land of the free. This is the home of the brave. You don't get to own the language. So if black people want white people to stop saying it, then you better fucking stop saying it. Until then, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you. I don't care. It doesn't mean dick all to me. And the thing is, nigger, faggot, shit like that, we shouldn't say that. It's stupid. It's ignorant. I get that. But like you said, the one with like Dave Chappelle,
yeah.
when he talked about that one stand-up thing, and she's like, "Oh, Dave, you can't say faggot," and it's just like, oh my God, we can't say certain things because even saying cracker, people don't like. I was talking to my girlfriend. It's like, let me drop 2 words for you, cracker. And she's like, whatever. I said, nigger. She goes, don't say that. I was like, why? They're both racist. Why are you more offended for the N-word than you are the C word? Like, why?
Yeah.
Because you've been preconditioned by society, primarily black people and white liberals, that you can't say that. Again, it's easy, weapons free to go after white Christians. It's perfectly acceptable. But you say anything derogatory about black people, about Jewish people, about Asian, whatever the case may be, and not even in a generalized manner, but in a singular issue, oh my God, you're racist. And that was brought on by fucking liberals. Liberals brought that shit on. Now, here's the other thing. Republicans have a lot of blood on their hands. Let's not even get it fucking twisted. They do. But that was older generations. Way older generations, and Democrats do as well. So this whole culture war thing, there's a lot of stupid motherfuckers out there, and I'm just sitting here saying, I'm over this bullshit. I'm fucking over this culture shit. We are arguing about everything, and you know what spawned this? Social fucking media. Social media spawned this. You got too many retards that probably should be told to shut the fuck up, myself included, that probably shouldn't be talking. And all these idiots do is like, if you go on Twitter, do one scroll and you see enough liberals out there that make you want to blow your fucking brains out. It's like, dude, how have you not been taken out by traffic? How has somebody not fucking offed you? How have you not accidentally tripped over your shoes and like impaled yourself on a fence post? Like, I really don't get it. Some people are so adamantly stupid. Just fucking idiots. But yeah, anyway. All right, we got to move on from that one. We got a few more things. Appreciate y'all listening in, but that's the way I feel. And anything I've said is not racist. Prove that it's racist. Saying a word, any kind of word, is not inherently racist. It's a word is a word is a word. And I will say this, for people to be so empowered, for people to sit there and stand and say, oh, we're so powerful, especially fat liberal women. I don't get y'all like whatsoever. It's like, I'm so empowered to be fat, but if you don't want to date me, you're fat, then you're not empowered. You're fat and ugly and I don't want to fuck you. But if you want to sit there and say that you're empowered as a black person and one word has that much power over you, you're not empowered. You're weak. You're fucking weak. Dude, we get called cracker. Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? And then the same thing about like Thanksgiving. Oh, colonizing, black slavery, you know, blacks never, you know, they never slaved anybody. Really? Really? Like, it's like your education comes with an expiration date. Dude. Like anything beyond, like, I want to say the 1700s, you tend to forget. It's like, let's talk about black slavery. Let's talk about Muslim slavery. Let's talk, white people have been slaves too. That's the truth. Millions of white motherfuckers. Do you see me here and saying, I want reparations. I want reparations. I'm just over it. I'm fucking over it. Now we can talk about like bringing economic balance to the cultures. I can have that conversation, but to sit there and say like, I don't believe in reparations. Why should you be getting paid for work you never did? Never. And who's that coming from? The government, which is taxpayer money. So that's coming from white people to pay black people. No.
Oh, man. Bette Midler blocked me on Twitter.
Highest of fives, my man. That's what I'm talking about, white bitch.
Because you know what that stupid idiot did, right? She posted something on Thanksgiving, and it was... I can't remember.
I saw that, yeah. PETA was out there like...
she was like... something about, you know, American colonizers taking away the land from the Indian. I'm like, awesome. When are you going to give up your vast wealth and all your property to the Native Americans?
That about Bernie too.
Yeah. When are you going to give up all your wealth and all your properties to the Native Americans?
Put your money where your mouth is.
Because you're a fucking fake.
You're a grifter. You're a grifter that's virtue signaling.
I'm telling you, sack of shit.
Yeah. Don't sit there and post about this shit and then not do anything. Yeah. Like Bette Midler, all of them, you're 100% right. Like, I look forward to Thanksgiving now to troll the fuck out of liberals. Like, you're on stolen land, No, we beat your ass. We beat your fucking ass. Get over it. You lost.
She had to look at my blue check mark and
$8,
and
bitch.
block me.
$8, bitch.
Worth it. Worth it.
Dude, oh my God, the people on Twitter are freaking the fuck out about you paying $8 for a check mark. Because now they're like, oh my God, we're equal. Oh, you're not famous. You want to talk about elitism?
So hard.
A blue check mark all over your fucking face, bitch. They hate that. They hate the idea that you, a virtual nobody in the internet space, now have the same status symbol as they themselves. Like, well, you didn't earn that. Well, yes, I did. I have a voice. I have a voice on Twitter.
And I have
We're
$8.
the same. We're the same. Oh, so realistically what it is, you're not in the same economic class. You Remember that skit George Carlin did?
Yeah.
There's a club and you ain't in it. That's not just Democrats. That's not just blacks. That's not just whites. That also exists in the GOP.
Yeah.
If you're not in the Turning Point crew, if you're not in Trump's corner, if you're not a Trump dick writer, you ain't getting in there.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you think we're here and nobody wants to fuck with us? Because when we come in here, we ask these hard questions. What about Trump and the Second Amendment? What about this? Oh, we can't talk about that because, if we piss off God King Trump, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. That shit's so annoying. So annoying.
Like, these liberals on Twitter are just...
it's great. It's so great.
Complete morons.
It's great. You're on stolen land.
You got Rick Wilson blocked me. Got Bette Midler blocked me.
I love it. I love it so much. You can follow me on Twitter at John Ross Artist. I'm changing it to, hopefully my other one gets, but what's yours?
At JSchwa2, JSHWAAA.
But you go at him, Duro. I see your shit, and I just can't help but laugh my ass off because we talk about the same things on the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all they did on Thanksgiving was it's virtue signal.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, they took the Native Americans' land. Let me ask you a question here because this basically boils down to the fact that you're very uneducated. Who do you think served as their guides?
Yeah.
Native Americans. They knew all about that shit. Mm-hmm. They went back to England. They went back to these places and they learned about it. They learned about us. They brought us over here. A fucking Roanoke, Jamestown. Yeah. What are you talking about? So that's the thing that kind of pisses me off about this. Is like, it's not fair. Life is not fair.
It's not.
It's not. You lost. You got your asses whooped. Maybe next time stop worshiping the sun and focus on technology. I don't know. That's the way it works. And thank God for that because I'm glad I'm an American. It's great to be an American. I've been around the world. There's some nice places, but I love America. More importantly, I love Texas. Texas is nice.
Yeah.
I do want to go up north, though. I like north of mountains, but... Oh. All right, let's actually get into the news. This is going to be a long show, folks, so strap in. We're getting crazy. Kanye canceled bike, and this is Breitbart. This is Breitbart that posted this. Normally, I love reading Breitbart because you can tell they're biased. They openly admit it. Yeah. But this, like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Kanye walks out of Tim Pool interview when asked to defend his anti-Semitism. Saying that there are 300 Zionists that are controlling Hollywood is not anti-Semitism. That'd be like there are 300 black people controlling whatever. Is that racist? No, that's just saying 300 black people are controlling this. Mm-hmm. That's not negative towards black. It's saying the act of what these people are doing is wrong. That's not saying every black person conducts Hollywood nepotism. He's not saying that. Unless
what's the difference between that and then bringing up a statistic that says... what is it? Murders, 52% of murders are committed by black people.
Yeah.
Black people.
13%, 14% of the population commit over 56% of the violent crime.
So you can
that doesn't generalize all black people as being violent.
It doesn't. But you can throw out that statistic.
But there's
any
definitely
other statistic,
something there saying there is a cultural issue.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can have that argument, but I just feel like it's like...
that's not inherently racist. That's facts.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with Kanye. He says that. It's like, okay, bro, you said it. Produce the facts.
Right.
That's what I just want to see. That's why I'm not jumping the guns like, oh my God, you can't talk about the Jews.
And maybe he has, and I just haven't heard it.
Same. Because I will say this right off the bat. I haven't paid attention to this. I've been in Dubai.
Yeah.
I haven't paid attention. But then when I see this, I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah. More concerning to me, again, is the state of our economy.
Oh, we're not talking about that.
Yeah, the fact that we are not energy independent anymore. Mm-hmm. The fact that we have a total
we're going
window
to Venezuela
liquor.
now. Did you read that?
No.
Biden's going to Venezuela. Or he said we're brokering a deal with Venezuela. So guys, it's okay. We're saving the planet and we're not polluting. We're just paying other people to do it.
We're just drilling over in another area.
We're just going to buy it from Venezuela, who's already doing it. So it just, dude, this presidency is just a catastrophe.
This administration loves this kind of stuff because it takes away the focus from what a failure these people are. These people are, as human beings, they're complete and utter failures.
Yeah.
They have done nothing.
You got Karine Jean-Pierre talking about the Nobel Peace Prize. You mean the Nobel Peace Prize, you stupid bitch? Like, oh my gosh.
Mean, that thing is a joke in and of itself.
It is. Obama got it for what? While he's bombing fucking... Are you shitting me with this?
He got a peace prize for bombing another country.
He dropped more bombs than fucking... Who was it? Was it Bush? I think it was Bush. I think he dropped more bombs than Bush. I was like, and you still give him the Nobel Peace Prize? Liberal standards don't exist. They just don't exist. No. It's like, oh, it's such a great standard. We just changed it. Literally an hour ago. And we're going to change it again. The standard's always fluctuating.
Yeah, but here we are. It's talking about Kanye and how he claims that America's run by 300 Zionists.
Bro, I will tell you this right now. The only way to fix the problems that America has is to overthrow the government. It's just to do away with the government and start fresh. It's too corrupt. It's gone too far. I don't have any faith that in our lifetime we're going to see this thing straighten itself out whatsoever. I don't. I feel like once you go into politics, you can be on the straight and narrow, but eventually you're going to become corrupt. I have that feeling.
You have to have term limits.
You do. You've got to. I agree.
There has to be a point where you tap out and you're no longer to participate in government. If you want to be a pundit, but you are no longer allowed to work in government.
Yeah.
Because all these people do is become
That's why I tell people I will never run. I'm not putting myself in that position. I don't want to be in that position. I think I can do way more good. We can do way more good having these informative podcasts and getting people's perspectives on certain things and trying to understand certain stances. But when you have to run, you then become a puppet of the people.
Yeah.
Or you run on the platform, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. And if you want me, this is what my stance and principles are. And I keep feeling like the wrong people are getting elected, and the right people that are probably better are not getting elected.
That's what he did when he got up there, and when everybody started booing him, he said, "Yep, those are all the special interest people. Those are all the donors that give to all these politicians up here." He was right.
Yeah,
he was. I mean,
he wasn't wrong. Yeah, Trump couldn't be bought. He had enough money to where it's like you don't get to. Oh, by the way, any updates on the Mar-a-Lago raid? Anything for that? Nothing? Oh, that's right, because the government's too busy watching Twitter right now. Look, folks, this is the truth right here. This is not me being biased. The government is going to focus primarily on the biggest threat to them, and right now it's Twitter. Because for those that don't know, Elon has come out there saying he's going to expose what Twitter did to a lot of political candidates, to conservatives. He said it's big. He said he's going to showcase what happened to the Hunter Biden laptop story, and people are afraid. They're scared. They are scared. Elon, essentially... He's about to go to war with Apple. We're going to get to that story here soon, too. But holy shit, he's taking on Apple. Apple is threatening to take Twitter off their thing. And Elon's rich enough to say, I'll just create my own phone. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Now, I'm not an Elon dick writer. He said some things that I don't agree with. But Elon right now is the best thing that we've got going for us as far as combating big tech, leftist censorship. He's the best thing we've got. There's nobody else out there. Mm-hmm. We hoped for Crenshaw, but he backed the idea of Article 212 or whatever it was. He's like, we need it. I'm like, no, we don't. We do not need it. Because essentially, like, the thing I like about Crenshaw is that he says things in the past, right, that I don't like about. He says things in the past, and then his stances just slowly kind of change. Like, no, dude, when it came to taking the vaccine, you said people should just take it. But now you're like, it shouldn't be forced. It's like, but you said before people should just take it. You didn't stand for justice. You didn't stand for liberty. You went the opposite direction. So that's the thing that pisses me off. It's like people like me that have been from the day one, we should not be forced. There is no forcing this. It's ridiculous. And then George Clooney comes out and there does this interview. It's like, yeah, I think companies should force it. You know, we should be taking care. Like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You fascist fuck.
Right, I'm so sick of these people. Asshole.
Yeah, fuck you. Kanye West, the rapper and entrepreneur who's become infamous for his anti-Semitic views, walked out of an interview. And don't forget, Ben Shapiro used to work hand in hand with Bright. He used to be a Breitbart writer and stuff like that. So this is the part where I'm kind of like, okay, now we're seeing actual bias being showcased. Why are you sitting there writing articles like this when they are clearly out of context? They're clearly not correct. I don't agree with this. He walked out of an interview Monday evening with podcaster Tim Pool the moment the host mildly challenged his views on Jews. He didn't challenge him. Kanye just said, will you say it? And Tim said no. And then he walked out.
I guess that's mild.
It's just one of those things of like, I would just simply say, it's like, okay, can you prove that? Like, I just, where are the names? Give me some names. But I also, that's not anti-Semitic. The media. Again, like, why is it, what you could say liberal media? Oh God, that's perfectly fine. But you can't say Jewish media. Why? Why can't you say them both?
You got me.
News to me.
So, I mean,
are we still
scared.
live? I guess we are still live. Cool. They haven't canceled us yet. Don't talk about the Jews. I don't get it. Oh my God. But then, yeah, Nick Fuentes he's a Holocaust denier. I saw some clips that he said, and I'm just like, oh my God, this kid's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot. But anyway, Yi got up and left the Timcast studio less than 10 minutes into the show when Tim pushed back.
Real quick, let me ask you something. What is the problem with people who have a differing opinion about the Holocaust, whether it happened or it didn't happen? What consequences do people suffer for them having a different opinion?
Normally they don't.
Yeah.
I don't see why they should, but I do feel like a lot of that, and this is a slippery
slope. Does that make you anti-Semitic to say, I don't know, there's some discrepancies that I haven't looked into it?
That's the reasoning right there, though, because you make a point. When somebody becomes a Holocaust denier saying it never happened, I know President Ahmadinejad of Iran, he was a Holocaust denier, and like, dude, there's so much proof. You can't even fucking deny it.
Yeah, I mean,
but the point that I'm trying to make, though, is that a lot of it's not Holocaust denial in the sense of, like, I just don't think it is. It is. I'm not saying all of it, but some of it is rooted in anti-Semitism in the sense of Jews are just trying to fucking fucking get over on people. That's where I think a lot of that comes from. Not all. There are some people that still think the world is flat, yada, yada, yada. That it's just basically like, these are my beliefs. It's not rooted in any kind of racism or anti-Semitism. This is just what I think.
Right.
So the Holocaust denial, it's the same thing. But I have seen a lot of people come out as Holocaust deniers because essentially they want to try and go after Jewish people, saying you are trying to be victims when you're not. And they're denying that. Now, there are those that saying, no, it was made up. Just like how you don't believe there's a moon landing. There's nothing racist about that. It's just that you don't think that it's real. So it's both sides on that one. I can see it from both aspects. I'm not agreeing with either. I do believe the Holocaust existed. I do believe it. I was in Germany. I saw a lot of this shit. It's like, no, it's fucking real. It happened.
Yeah.
Like, even my grandfather came back and said, yeah, it was real. Like, when my grandfather says, like, we were there. I saw the camps. I saw the people. He's not going to lie to me. I mean, that is the biggest conspiracy lie that got an entire generation, the greatest generation, all the white dudes like, the Jews, they're real. It's like, hey, guys, just don't tell them it was a lie. Don't tell them it was a lie. We're trying to cover this up. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. It just, I think people should be able to express their thoughts and mind freely and go out and look into these things themselves. And if they say, hey, you know, I've looked into it and some of these things don't add up. Yeah. Maybe, you know, obviously the World War I, all that stuff happened. But, you know, from the research I've done, you know, this is my, you know, this is my conclusion. Yeah, my conclusion.
I think, like I said, the original point is, I think a lot of the Holocaust denial, though, is rooted in anti-Semitism. Not by saying that, it's because they're secretly at heart anti-Semites and they hate Jewish people, specifically like Zionists, and they don't want to give them an inch. They want to take away from them any potential to be a victim. And like the Pew Pew Jew came on here and talked about it, he said there's a lot of Jewish people that still cling to the Holocaust like black people cling to slavery. It's like, it's over. And in fact, like, the Holocaust happened more recently than slavery did. Right. So it's kind of like, if you want to look at people, it's like, look at the Jews. But, you know, when I will look at like black people wanting reparations, but you look at Jewish people, it's like, they are nowhere near in the wheelhouse of whining and bitching as much as these black socialists do or these black liberals do.
No, apparently they own all of Hollywood and run the country.
That's the other part. It's like, but they are economically more sound than black people. That's a very interesting conversation. And I'm not saying one's better than the other, one's wrong. It's like, these are conversations we should be having, not with a sense of trying to pin guilt on anybody, but in a means of saying, how can we bring this up to where we're all equal? How can we economically bring people to the same plane, not through a socialist way, but through, and we've already done this. That's the crazy thing. We've already done this through equal opportunity, subsidy programs, all these things like that. Like, there was this one dude, I went down the Nick Fuentes hole. He went on this one podcast with the Seco guy. And I like the Seco dude. He's pretty interesting. I haven't watched a lot of his stuff, but this kid, he doesn't give a fuck. And I respect that about anybody. Like, that's the one thing I will respect about Fuentes, Milo. I respect, they don't give a fuck. You like me, you don't. That's about it for me as far as the respect goes. But when they talked about the Holocaust denial and things such as this, is like, a lot of it is rooted in basically people trying to get something for nothing. It's like, look, I'm the descendant of a Holocaust survivor. Give me money. It's like, no, fuck no. Like, you get the same opportunity we do. Yeah. What makes you any better? Same with Native Americans. And this is another thing people won't talk about. Native Americans get a massive leg up on other people in this country. I'm sure a lot of people know that. Maybe some don't. Free land, free college, access to casinos when you have a certain amount of blood in you. White people don't get that. You know what we do? We get taxed out the ass. Taxed out the fucking ass. Yeah. But I saw that podcast Fuentes went on, and it's with two black dudes and one other weird fucking guy. I don't know. And talking about, like, do you believe in reparations? And I would answer that right. I was like, no, fuck no. Why should you be paid with my money when you were never a slave and I was never a slave owner? Yeah. It's like, well, then the conversation immediately shifts to, well, this happened. Yeah, how do we balance this? Okay, well, then how far back do you want to go? How far back do you want to go as far as blacks owning blacks? How far do you want to go as far as like Muslims owning whites?
Yeah, I think that one English lady that was giving that interview about reparations, like she's like, yeah, that's a fair point. We should go all the way back to the, you know, Africa, to the African kings who were selling their people into slavery.
How many white families went through poverty for dying for the Emancipation Proclamation and the Civil War? Right. Do they get any reparations?
500,000.
Nothing. It's like, so that's what I'm saying. There should be no reparations. There should be nothing like that. And here's the other thing. Economically speaking, and I'm just going to flat out fucking say it, did you know that black people by and large, and that's why Nike made the play they did, black people by and large buy way more clothing products than any other race out there? By and large. And Nike made that ploy with Colin Kaepernick because they know Nike with Jordans and the rest of them, they make fucking bank off black people. They played right into the fucking stereotype and they made bank off of it. I'm like, God damn, that's a brilliant business model. It's racist as fuck, but you want to talk about being like essentially just
not giving a fuck.
Not giving a fuck. Like, they really used you guys, and you didn't even see it. Even I didn't see it at first until I started looking at the statistics. I'm like, holy shit. Like, that is some really brilliant business marketing. Hey, guys, hey, come here. We're going to make so much money off the black people. I don't know why I sounded like Trump when I did that. We're going to make so much money off black people because you know what we're going to do? We're going to take Colin Kaepernick, and we're going to basically do a whole line around him, and black people are going to come love us by and large, so white people are going to hate us, and black people are going to buy even more, and because they're already our biggest consumers, let's do it more. They exploited the fuck out of black people.
Really.
And you know who they did it with? Chinese slave labor.
Yeah.
Hey, we're good slaves, but we'll buy this made by slaves that get paid nothing over there. So, great job. That's what I'm saying. All of this, it's just so befuddled. There's so much murky water. There's so much hypocrisy. It's like, dude, this is the stupidest shit. Why are we talking about this?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. There's bigger issues in the world, but but this is also one of those splinters that just festers and it needs to be removed. And the only way to remove it, you got to talk about it. You got to have open and honest conversations about it.
No, I think aside from all that is the child porn ring.
Oh my God.
Child porn ring.
You know what? That's a good point. Let's skip over this. I do want to get on, Kanye, Milo, we've talked about it. Let's move on. Elon Musk, and we're going to talk about the child porn. This is a very serious thing here. It's why I think Kim Kardashian is the biggest piece of shit on this planet. Elon Musk takes on Apple's power, setting up a clash. In a series of tweets on Monday, Mr. Musk accused Apple of threatening to pull Twitter from its app store and trying to censor. We saw this with Parler. Parler was initially going to take off. It was going to be the right-leaning app that was pro-free speech, yada, yada, yada. Apple basically pulled them from the app platform, and they tanked, and they're not coming back. Parler, it's dead. Mm-hmm. I have like 30,000 followers over there. I post nothing. It's dead. Nobody's on there anymore. Twitter is like, it's a threat. It is a massive threat to the DC establishment. Yeah. The GOP. Oh, by the way, the crypto scam, the FTC. Yeah. Come to find out, GOP was on the take as well.
FTX, yeah.
FTX. McConnell, he was on the take.
Of course.
A lot of them. A lot of them.
Those
so
guys
are
scumbags, man. Mm-hmm. Total
That's what
scumbags.
I'm saying. The only way you get rid of this, you fucking get them all out of there and you start fresh. But again, the human condition of nepotism, corruption, greed, corporatism, that's always going to exist. Power. And the power never relinquish power. Never. They never relinquish power. So, but Apple's threatening to do that to Elon Musk's Twitter. Because apparently there's been a rise in the N-word usage. Really? Oh, really?
The only time you see it is when it's a liberal talking about a black Republican.
Bingo. They call them coons. They call them fucking Uncle Toms, which that was the good guy. I don't get that, but okay. That just once again shows ignorance. But I'm sitting there, it's like the most racist people I've seen have been black people and white people on the left.
Oh God!
Towards black people.
Who was it? Was it LeBron James' kid taking a white girl to prom? That got a lot of.
Oh my God! They accused him of being a race traitor. It's like, folks,
Jesus, man.
You want to see who's really racist and who gets away with it? Go on Instagram on a prominent black influencer when it's talking about a white issue, and you will see nonstop black racism in those comments. Nonstop, and they don't get pinged for anything. Not a fucking thing. Nothing. And I'm just like, go figure. That sounds to me like black privilege. But as a white guy, I can't say that because if I do, I'm inherently racist. Oh, my God. San Francisco, what's going on here, Tim Cook? Elon Musk tweeted on Monday to Tim Cook, the chief executive of Apple, igniting a spat between the world's richest man and the world's most valuable public company. And I will tell you this right now. Liberals are defending Apple, saying Elon can't cancel Apple. I will tell you this right fucking now. Their market cap is like $22 trillion. Great. That shit can go up in an instant. Don't sit there and think that you're untouchable because basically 50% of your users, 50% of voters in this country are conservative. If they unite and pull Apple and delete all that shit and start buying Elon shit, I just threw my pen. You're fucking done. You are done, bro. We saw Facebook laying off 11,000, Amazon, same thing. People are getting fed up and the dual economies are coming into play. And I'm telling you, it needs to happen because then these dual parallel economies grow and eventually both sides are gonna get tired of this shit and the virtue signaling just goes away. And you can have your burger without a side of virtue signaling. And that's honestly what we want. Let me grab my pen. I'm on one today, folks. I have blue tongue. Instead of blue balls, I've got blue tongue. I've had so much shit building up and I come back, so I'm going to talk about that, I'm going to talk about that, I'm going to talk about that, and I can say whatever the fuck I want because God bless Rumble.
America.
America. I hope they don't cancel me. If
there's
Rumble
a lot of liberals.
Me, it's going to suck.
I don't know that there's a lot, but I would say there's a sizable percentage of liberals or Democrats who don't like Apple because they never liked, who's the main guy that started?
Steve Jobs?
Yeah.
Liberals are hypocrites. Conservatives are hypocrites. We're all fucking hypocrites. Like,
so yeah, I agree that Apple isn't too big not to fail.
There isn't a company out there that's not too big not to fail. Yeah. It's easily, and that's the same thing. It's these. I got to tell you this one thing.
Yeah, we got a Yahoo building right across the street from
empty.
us.
Nobody there. Yeah. Nobody there. It is what AOL was huge. The prominent leaders of the internet. Where are they at now?
Yeah.
Don't think that you can fucking continue peaking. Yeah. It's possible. The power of the consumer dollar, you don't realize how powerful that is. When people get fed up and they have enough, it's over. But there was this dude, I try to stay humble. Fuck it, I'm just going to say it, man. Let me push pause on the whole, what we're talking about. I saw this influencer. It was Sean Whalen. I've never met Sean. We've DM'd a few times. And he was doing this promo. And he was sitting there talking about, I've got all this money. I'm just hanging out in my thing with my $250,000 car. I'm giving away all this money. He's doing these gestures. And I'm sitting there looking at this, and he's bragging about his car. And I'm like, I never want to be like that. Like, I never want to be like that. Like, what's the point? You're blessed. Take advantage of the blessings. Don't sit there and throw that shit in people's faces. I've posted about, and the reason I say this is because if I ever get that way, I'm sorry. I've never intentionally tried to come off that way. I've posted about my motorcycles. I posted about the vet because I'm proud as fuck that we worked our asses off. And I want to use that and to motivate other people to say, look, dudes, I'm a fucking grunt. I got a liberal arts degree. I did 13 years in the Army. And if I can do this shit, so the fuck can you. You can achieve this. Don't give up. Don't fucking just accept defeat. Keep fucking going. But it's never going to be like, oh, dollar bill. You know? I think that's the most, it's just cheap. It's cheap. It's disingenuous. And it's just petty as fuck. Yeah. Because you can lose that shit in a heartbeat. And he just got fined by the fucking, what was it? The FC, or the damn, I forget who it was. $250,000 fine for lying. So, when I saw that, I'm just like, I lost all respect. Whatever. I don't respect a lot of people these days anyway, and I don't do business with a lot of people. And I don't need any more fucking friends. So don't slide into my DMs. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't give a fuck about any of you. And that's why I said I don't fuck with anybody. I don't fuck with Black Rifle. I don't fuck with anybody. I've seen too much bullshit. I've seen so much corruption. I'm out of it. I just stay away. Like JT, I love. JT's a good dude. He's always giving me good business advice. But everybody else, I just stay away from. I'm not accusing everybody of that. I'm just saying that there's so much bullshit going on. Just stay in your own lane. Stay away from all the drama, and you're going to be okay. Because a lot of people, they want to grift. They want fame. They want clout. You see all these influencers that come up under the Black Rifle thing or the grunt style or the 9 line, and they get all this fame and yada, 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 and they want to feel powerful. They want to do this. They want to do that. And it's like that shit can be gone in an instant. You better humble yourself down because I'm telling you right now, I had more followers than a lot of these motherfuckers. And when it all got taken away from me, I was like, yeah, it ain't real. This shit is not fucking real. But you know what is real? What you actually do for yourself. Start a company, start a business, do it the right way. Go out there and fucking grind your ass off. And that's what I want people to see when I post about like, oh yeah, the vet, oh yeah, the bike. It's not like a look at me, but it's just like, I earned this. I'm proud of this. I love this. And I'm probably actually gonna wind up selling the vet because I need a truck. I got the vet because it was the first vanity purchase I ever made. Like, I didn't need it, but I wanted it. And it was like, yeah, but you can't really use it for anything. I just need a pickup truck because I want to be able to haul. I can't haul the deer meat in a Tesla. I can't. So it's like, it's kind of funny that way. But anyway, I just want to apologize to people. If I've ever come off that way, it was never intentional. It was always, I always want to remain humble and loyal and thankful to God for all the blessings that we have. And never, ever throw that shit in anybody's face. Now, with that being said, I did toot my horn the other day on Twitter. I couldn't help it. It was just like, this is the one time I'm going to let myself do it. And this dude, he's a fucking liberal. He's just being an idiot. And he talks about like, because I have the John Ross profile picture and the John Ross header in my Twitter bio. It says artists. And it's satire. Everybody knows it's satire. And this dude, he comes out there and he's like a SoundCloud rapper. And he's got like 90 followers. And he's talking so much shit about me. And I'm just like, oh yeah, bro. Like, how's that rap career going? It's like, oh yeah, you a CBD business owner that's an artist must not be paying the bills. Is it, you fucking douchebag? Was whatever. So I took a screenshot of our sales for the day or for the week. It was like 150,000. I was like, oh yeah. What about that, buddy? What's up? It's like, I love just throwing that in people's faces.
Just trying to get by.
Just trying to get by. I just got back from Dubai. What's up, buddy? No. It was like, I couldn't help myself because I know it's like, this is going to be perceived as being fucking arrogant. But dude, when it's against a fucking liberal, I'm not opposed to it. It's like, throw it in their face and tell them to shut the fuck up. Anywho, I'm done. It was funny though. I love trolling people on Twitter. It's like, your CBD store, that's stupid. Okay, bro. Let's look at some stats. Let's look at some figures. But that's all because of y'all. Thank you for supporting the brand. All right. Let's get back into it. I'm such a douchebag, but at least you guys know where I stand. In a series of tweets over 15 minutes, Mr. Musk, the new owner of Twitter, accused Apple of threatening to withhold Twitter from its App Store, a move that would limit some new users from downloading the app. The action would amount to censorship, Mr. Musk said, with no explanation from Apple for why Twitter would be blocked. He added that Apple had also reduced its advertising spending on Twitter. A lot of companies did. And Elon's going after him. He's also threatened to do a fucking nuclear war as far as I was gonna say Botox. Let's boycott the advertisers, and justifiably so, because it's interesting how the leftist narrative has now changed to where you no longer have control of Twitter. Your battleground, you've lost it. It's over. You've lost Twitter. So instantly, what do? This tactic has been used time and time again. This is nothing new. Instantly, racist, xenophobe, misogynist, J6 fucking terrorist, yada yada. That's all that apparently is on the app right now. You know what I see more so on the app than anything? Liberals bitching and whining. Dude, you said you were going to delete Twitter. I'm still waiting on the people that were supposed to move to Canada when Trump won. Where you at? Where
in their Beverly Hills homes?
Amen to that.
On the 2-acre lots.
Now, what did you say Elon just posted about? He's talking about
if they kick him off, if they kick Twitter off of the Apple platform, then he'll sell all of his Apple stock to Trump for 1 cent.
That'd be so fucking funny.
That would be epic.
You short the stock.
That would be epic.
It'd be fucking hilarious. And then you start watching. I'm telling you, leftists, you just don't get it. You've pissed off enough, because Elon used to be hardcore. I think he's still probably Democrat. But you piss these people off enough, these rich motherfuckers, and they're going to go to war with you, and you're going to lose.
I don't know. He sounds more like a libertarian.
There are some things that he is pro-left on that I don't agree with, but I mean, more so he's...
Like gay marriage would be considered pro-left, right?
Not anymore.
Right, not anymore,
yeah,
because not a lot of people care about it.
Yeah. Well, even just being okay with it, I think that's I think the right has come a long way in saying, because the right used to be adamantly against it because they were more church and state. And
I think Gen X now is kind of the new starting point of people not giving a fuck who marries who. Because, I mean, I remember being 20 years old telling my mom, who's like a hardcore Christian, doesn't agree with gay. You don't have to agree with gay marriage. Yeah. But the government shouldn't be involved in everybody's day-to-day life. I don't care what you're doing behind the scenes. Yeah. You're just not going to yank people out and change their minds and be like, you're going to be a Christian. You're going to live your life like this.
Absolutely.
That's not going to happen.
Absolutely.
The best thing to do is keep government out of everybody's business, because the more they're in everybody's business,
the more they fuck it up.
The more they fuck it up, and the more they're going to take everything from them.
Yeah, the government is like the Keystone Cops. They can't get shit right. It's like, let's call the government. It's like, oh boy, here we go. They're just going to fuck it up even worse. Yeah, you know what handles the best? Communities. Communities handle the best.
Like these liberal talking points are more conservative. I think they're just middle of the road issues now.
Yeah.
So that's why I think he seems to me to line up more libertarian.
Yep. It's
legalize marijuana. I think legalize a lot of different drugs.
Fuck yeah! I don't care what people want to do, but there's a very interesting. We need to talk about something on the show. The institution of marriage was founded in a religious. It's a religious ceremony. Yeah. So when you're not religious and you don't believe in that, and they talk about gay rights, which if you look in any religious context or any religious documents, they're adamantly against homosexuality. Mm-hmm. So it's like, then how do you get to use this religious ceremony to promote, but then again, nobody owns a religion. So I see it from both sides on that. It's like using a religious fundamental ceremony towards homosexuals is like a slap in the face. And I agree with that. I don't care. But that's the other thing. Is like, I don't care. That's between them. And
you're not going to change anybody's mind or what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
Yeah.
However you want to handle yourself. Where I do care is when you start to have drag queen shows,
but you see,
then you bring kids into it.
That's
because
the problem.
Those are kids.
Yeah, exactly. Because in the cultural war, we've become very pacifist on.
As a man, I think your goal is to protect the weaker. Yeah. Protect your family.
100%.
So
it's funny you say that, because when the girlfriend almost got raped, it really resonated. I forgot what being a man and your responsibilities are is to protect her.
It's protect.
And I felt kind of guilty. It's like, I should have been there with her. I should have fucking went.
That's it. So when you see these kids out there, and that goes for, I love beyond your family, you just want to be able to protect other kids.
Yeah.
I mean, coaching the Little League flag football, I was responsible for those boys. So I made sure they all stayed, they were safe.
Yeah.
Then we had the last game that we were playing, and some of these guys got really into it. And there was one coach he was cussing, and I turned around and said, hey man, there's kids here.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, calm down.
And then he starts to cuss even more. I'm like, dude. And finally, somebody came and grabbed him and took him out to the parking lot. But I mean, that's that kind of stuff. Where
that's too much.
Yeah, you got to stick up. You got to say something.
Yeah.
You can't stand back and just
Don't
let
be a
that stuff.
pacifist.
Yeah, you can't be a pacifist on that stuff. You got to stand up and stand your ground, because otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, I agree with that.
If you want to be a good Christian, that's being a good Christian. You want to stand up for those who are weaker than you and help those people.
100%.
No,
so that's what Elon's doing right now. So we're gonna watch that unfold. Now we're all over the place today. We got like a week's worth of catching up to do. But yeah, it's interesting to see this play out. And liberals over there, they're just saying like, "Oh, Elon's gonna lose taking on Apple." It's like, okay, we'll see. Like, don't sit there and think. Like, there are so many moving pieces behind the scenes these people don't understand in regards to stock and things like that.
Yeah.
Yes, there are. And Elon and Trump, these are businessmen. They know how to go after a company. I'm just hoping that, dude, if Elon bought Facebook, oh my God, game over. Game the fuck over for liberals.
They would never sell that.
I don't know. Think about it right now. Fucking Zuckerberg just lost 11K employees. His board of directors have no faith in him right now. His Meta virtual reality pursuit has blown up in his face.
What's the value of it?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. What's the value of Facebook right now? He just paid
$44 billion for Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess he might have another $40 billion to throw at Facebook.
I think right now it's saying Facebook is worth just under $280 billion. So Facebook definitely more valuable than Twitter. But I also feel like Facebook is losing a lot of value as well. Just seeing their stocks and seeing everything like that, the layoffs, Meta, he's made some very, very bad decisions. Very bad decisions. And the censorship on Instagram and Facebook has gotten, I've never seen it this bad. Never seen it this bad.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I have to really watch what I say on Instagram now. Like, I have to start using emojis now because dude, it is just the most ridiculous thing. And I really feel if Elon makes Twitter better, people are going to start leaving Instagram. They're going to start leaving Facebook and saying Twitter's where it's at, because we can't say shit. Like, I got a 24-hour ban on Facebook because I posted about Shell Shock. About the Black Friday sale. Instant ban for 24-hour suspension. It was like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is fucking ridiculous.
I think Twitter is a place to post all your political stuff and all your views and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like Instagram,
I'm over it. We got more Kanye West shit. Okay, this interesting. We talk about gay privilege. You remember that non-binary dude that dresses like a dog? That's Biden's nuclear energy waste disposal douchebag, the bald-headed mustache, the lipstick.
The normal guy.
Yeah, the degenerate non-binary Biden nuclear official charged with stealing woman's luggage at airport. Now, this was not an accident. Britain faces up to 5 years in prison and $10,000 fine for allegedly taking another person's luggage. Mm-hmm. Listen to this and how this played out. You cannot play I didn't know. He fucking knew. Whatever that thing is. Sam Britton, a senior energy department official, was charged with stealing a traveler's luggage at Minneapolis airport in September, shortly before quietly taking a leave of absence. Britton, who serves as the DOE's Deputy Assistant Secretary for Spent Fuel and Waste Disposition, allegedly took a Vera Bradley suitcase worth $2,325 from the luggage carousel number one, you're an idiot for doing that. Number two, you're an idiot for traveling with that. A $2,000 suitcase? Are you fucking stupid? Because of that shit right there. What goes through somebody's head? You have to live in a bubble. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this $2,000 piece of luggage and I'm going to go put it and let it travel. You're fucking kidding me. That's a federal offense. That's a federal crime. But I'm just like, both these people are stupid. Now, granted, we should live in a world where you don't have to worry about your life. Yes, I agree with that. But it's kind of the same point. Women should be able to walk down that dark alley without getting raped. But criminals don't follow the law. So you're kind of an idiot if you want to fucking throw it to fate. Yeah. There you go. It's the stupidest thing ever. So, and I'm not saying that women deserve that. Don't take that way, because liberals instantly will. See, you're saying liberal? No, that's not what I'm saying, you dumb fucks. But Britain, I've been on social media for so long, I instantly know what they're going to say. Valued at $2,325 from the luggage carousel. I almost should have bricked just paying $1,800 upgrade for a first-class seat for 16 hours. I'm not dropping $2,300 on a fucking bag. Wasn't it? Oh, it so was. It so was. I'm not even going to sit there. I was like, I'm drinking my shit with my pinky up. It's like, I'm fancy. I'm a fancy bitch. But from the luggage carousel at the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport on September 16th, according to a criminal complaint filed on October 26th in Minnesota State Court and obtained by Fox News Digital. Britton had traveled from Washington, D.C. to MSP that day. After the suitcase's owner alerted police, officers reviewed video surveillance of the carousel and identified Britton taking the luggage before removing its tag identifying the owner. So he knew what he was doing. You cannot claim that, oh, I didn't know. You knew. Oh, he fucking knew. He fucking knew. The luggage before removing its tag identifying the owner, the court filing stated, law enforcement observed Britton using the luggage during the last 2 other trips to Washington, D.C. on September 18th and October 9th. Then on October 9th, Britton denied stealing anything when a police officer called to discuss the incident. Britton confirmed still possessing the suitcase. You take one look at this whack job. You want this guy around your kids. This is a grown man with a mustache and a goatee that wears lipstick.
Bright red lipstick.
Bright red lipsticks. Like, bro, if you're going to be fashionable, if you're going to be gay, at least be fashionable. Isn't that what your people are known for? And they are. Gay people can decorate. They can. I don't give a fuck what the people say. But this, like, what the fuck is this? These are the people that just want to be noticed because you lack any, like, real self-esteem. You need to get that validity from other people.
As soon as you start to want to change your gender, there's some wires not connecting.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, dude, I'm posting more of that on Libs of TikTok. I get it from TikTok, and I'm posting more of the dating stuff on Dating Libs on Instagram. And some of the shit I've got in the queue, it's like, oh my God, these people are fucking insane. I'm sorry. The more that we see, the more drag shows, I'm sorry, but homosexuality is destroying this country. The perversion, it's insane. It's fucking insane.
That part definitely is.
I'm not saying all homosexuals, but what I did see is that we see the legalization of gay marriage, and it's just went downhill since then. And there are great gay people out there that just like, I'm talking about the LGBT as an organization. They're garbage. The BLM as an organization is garbage. Yeah. When you see these organizations advocate for this, you're seeing moral degeneracy drop. And that's why America is falling. You look at the history of Rome, Roman Empire, same fucking thing. Same fucking thing. And this shit, it's just ridiculous. So when these shops that host these drag story things with children and they get firebombed, don't care. You went after the kids, you deserve it. You're lucky you didn't get a bullet in the fucking head. And other fucking areas, other countries, other cultures, you'd have been decapitated. Been done. Bro, it's just ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
So is this, do you think this dude's going to lose his job?
No. I think Biden's going to keep him. I think he's going to somehow spin this to where he's a victim. And this is just basically people going after him because he's gay and dresses like a furry. He said, if I had taken the wrong bag, I'm happy to return it, but I don't have any clothes for another individual, Brighton told the officer. That was my clothes when I opened the bag. No, it wasn't, dude. You ripped the tag off. You knew the tag belonged to somebody else.
He's a liar.
And the people said this was mine. This guy's a fucking liar.
You could just tell by looking at him. He's not a woman.
You're already a liar. 2 hours after the phone call, Britton called the officer back and apologized for not being completely honest. But Britton said it was a mistake and blamed being tired for taking the wrong bag at the carousel. Bro, when you ripped the tag off, come on. Don't shit down my neck and tell me it's raining. Defendant said when they opened the bag at the hotel, they realized it was not theirs. The court filing stated defendant got nervous. People would think they stole the bag and did not know what to do. Defendant stated they left the clothes from the bag inside the drawers in the hotel room. Britton was ultimately charged with felony theft of a movable property without consent, a charge that could result in 5-year sentence, $10,000 fine, or both. You got to remember, those are the extreme examples. That's the potential of what a maximum could be. This dude, nope.
Because he's gay. Are they referring to him as they?
Yes. In the article, it says they. I'm not sure if this is Fox that says this.
I mean, I can't get on board with it, buddy. I just can't do it. I can't call another person they or them or something.
I never will. Don't feed into the bullshit.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to see what Fox says. Has Fox said he? Or are they dancing around this because they're not actually going to say anything?
Fox is, they're legacy media as well. I mean, I'll give it to them. I like Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
I think Bongino has a good show.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't tune into Fox News to get any information other than just clips that we see.
I think Fox took a smart stance on this. They didn't use any pronouns. They just said Britton denied stealing, which I think that's the safest route to take. But also make a stance and just say he. Yeah. That's dude. He's got a dick.
It's science.
Sex is not indicative of gender. Yes, the fuck it is, you fruitcakes. Absolutely it is. You fucking whack job. Fruitcake's in the sense of you're crazy. 2 hours after the phone call, there's no he or anything. It's just, now there were other articles posted where it says they. They did use his proper pronouns. Even the
his proper pronouns.
Yeah,
the wrong pronouns.
Yeah, the wrong pronouns.
That's not proper English.
It's the Queen's English, I say. The shooter that was non-binary. You see that shit? CNN had that one little freak.
The trans on there.
You could tell by looking at him that he is not gender fluid or he's not non-binary. Really?
Well, I can tell by looking at you in your giant Adam's apple and giant hands that you have a penis and balls.
Really? Yeah, really, I say. It's funny because trans people will instantly take the position that we've been taking for all these years. Like, well, you can take one look at him and tell that's not a woman. That's homophobic. It's like, what? Or that's transphobic. You literally just did it, and CNN aired it. They aired it, and you're just like, so you're full of shit. You're telling me you can take one look at him and tell him he's not gender binary.
I know.
It's like, yeah, you kind of can. You kind of can. He looks like a whack job like you freaks. He does. You see this dude, you can tell there's just, he doesn't have all the screws in his head. But the other thing was, instantly, that wiener douchebag out of California who wanted to pass the bill about sleeping with underage kids, that fucking piece of shit, he came out on Instagram. And if you're going to troll people, troll that cocksucker. He fucking deserves it. I hope that dude gets his ass fucking beat. He's a pedo and a groomer lover. He's a piece of shit. He instantly puts a video out and automatically blames the Republicans, the GOP. This was them, blah, blah. Come to find out this dude was gay and he was a piece of shit. And what happened to that story? Hey, where's a rug? I need a rug that we can sweep this under real quick. Where's it? Instantly, when one of your own comes out there and starts doing this and you can't blame Republicans, what do? Instantly the red flash from Men in Black. I forgot all about it.
Oh no.
Pieces of shit. So it's not really about justice. It's about fucking privilege. It's about protecting homosexuals. It's about protecting trans people. And that's why if you're so empowered, this wouldn't be happening. If you're so empowered, Dave Chappelle's words would not be affecting you the way they do. You bunch of weak-kneed little fucking bitches. No wonder people hate you. No wonder they don't get on board with your causes, because you're fucking insane. You are insane, and it should never be normalized. Fuck your pronouns. You're fucking weird. Whack jobs. Anyway, this guy, he's not going to get fired. He'll be protected. He'll use his gayness. He'll use his furriness. And look, they're just trying to come after people that dress like dogs. Okay. I wish we could put you to sleep like one. That'd be great. Broke his leg. Put him down. Put him down. Backyard. Bullet in the head. Done. Fucking idiots. But Elon Musk scorches media for being against free speech. Okay. I'm sorry. There is no such thing as free speech on social media. There's not. There is no such things. Not even on Rumble. I love Rumble. Don't get me wrong. But the reason I say this, free speech means you can say whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. I even believe that you should be able to call for violence. I do. Free speech is like the Second Amendment. There are no buts. You are either for it or you are not. There's no in between. None. That's just the way it is. If some dude wants to say, I want to have sex with kids, he should be allowed to say it. Now, if somebody pulls him in the back alley and beats the ever-loving fuck out of that guy, I fully support that too. You have your right to free speech, but when you're breaking the law and you go after kids, game off. But with this being said, they have to have terms of services. You've got to. Mm-hmm. I've seen it on every startup platform that I have watched. You've got to have terms of services. Where the argument lies, though, is that these terms of services need to be realistic and pragmatic and enforced equally amongst both political sides. That's the problem. So Elon and all these GOP conservative influencers, like all these people are like, oh, free speech. It's not free speech.
The first thing you got to do is get rid of hate speech.
Yeah. Because, what the fuck is hate speech?
Because who determines what hate speech is?
Exactly. One man's hate speech is another man's religion.
Right. So I think you start with that, and that's a good step in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree. But people keep talking about free speech. Sorry, Elon. Elon says free speech, then give Alex Jones his platform back. He says no. Yeah. Then you're not for free speech. You're not. I'm sorry. That's just the truth. That's why I disagree with Elon on that one.
What Alex Jones said wasn't illegal.
No, it wasn't. It was stupid. It was wrong, but he didn't break any laws.
He didn't break any laws.
And that's why when a judge wants to fine him $1 billion, like that is corruption.
Yeah.
That is that's not justice.
No.
That's not justice at all.
That's someone who knows Hillary Clinton, and she probably blames Alex Jones for losing that election.
I don't doubt that a second.
Yeah. I mean, you don't think that woman is evil?
Her and her husband are both pieces of shit. A reminder, when she dies, we're throwing a party.
Oh, God. I'm going to go there. Make sure that she's actually...
poke her with a stick just to make sure the bitch can't, put a stake through her heart, too, once she's dead. And, maybe cut the head off. We just got to be safe. Yeah. Got to be safe. Fill the casket full of liquid silver that solidifies. We cannot take any chances on that. Once she's gone, make sure. So... Elon Musk scourges media for being against free speech, asking White House to monitor Twitter. This is messed up. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre revealed they're keeping a close eye on Twitter. Who the fuck do these people think they are? Who the fuck do you think you are?
Mein Führer.
Interesting, right? The very same people that accuse the right of being Nazis, fascists, all this other authoritarians, and you look at these people and like, holy shit. Yeah. Holy
Biden
shit.
Biden said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, we'll have to take a look into it. What's that mean?
Good luck. And I will tell you this right now.
The same thing that Schumer meant when he said what the government has like 6 ways from Sunday to get back at you when he was talking about Trump.
Mm-hmm. And then you had that one congressman telling Elon's like, you better fix your company or Congress will. It's like, bro, I will shut down every single one of your fucking accounts. You want to fuck with me? Fuck with me and see what happens. Then if I was Elon, Elon's a lot better than me. Because Elon's playing it off like he's laughing at everybody. He's doing the smart approach. Me, I'd be way more emotionally invested towards like, all right, Congressman, you're banned. Mm-hmm. My platform, my rules. I bought this company. My money. I do whatever the fuck I want. You have no right to be on my platform. None. It's the truth. But when you sit there and say, you got to fix your company or Congress will, well, I guess I should ban every member of your party then. Fuck with me and find out. What are you going to do? You going to ban me? That won't hold up in court. They didn't even ban TikTok. Which they should. TikTok, the more that comes out about that app, bro, ooh, it's fucking, I stopped posting. I'm done with it. I'm fucking over that shit. TikTok is dangerous because what's going on in China right now, holy shit, the Chinese government, there's something to be reckoned with. And again, watch for something to come out of China because now there's a new revolution in China. People are pushing back. They've mobilized the Chinese army. Right now they're projecting, I think, upwards of, it's not related, but I think over 600 dead in Iran. They've murdered 600 Iranians. Why is this not in the news? If we're all about human rights, if we're all about equality and freedom and democracy, why the fuck is the press not covering Iran?
Well, you got this whole Elon anti-Semitic stuff going on.
That's way more, yeah.
You got to push that to the
That's got to bring about so much more. Where was the press when they had the violent acts towards Jewish synagogues during COVID? Where was the press on that?
I know, that was in New York.
It's kind of funny to me how all these people coming after Kanye saying that, oh, anti-Semitic, but you didn't cover shit for these Jewish people that were attacked because they just wanted to go to funerals. They wanted to go to services, and you wouldn't let them. There were fire bombings and shit like, not a peep. Not a fucking peep.
Nope.
Man, it seems like MSM is exploiting certain groups when it befits them.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me.
Whatever the media says, you can almost guarantee
the opposite.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Because at this point, they're so programmed to push out propaganda that if they go out and they're like, oh, the sky is red, you know it's blue.
Yeah, 100%. Or whatever they say.
Whatever they say, it's the exact opposite.
The sky is green. No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Twitter users, oh, by the way, all the liberals saying that Twitter's going under, Twitter usage is at an all-time high. That's what Elon said. He came out and even posted the stats. It's like
they're posting on Twitter that it's going under.
Yeah, it's like
I can't wait for it to go under.
And this is what people don't seem to think. These big, and this is why I think Twitter, if Elon plays his cards right on this is a massive, massive punch left, but this is what Elon needs to do. There is a quadzillion dollar industry that has no home on social media right now. The gun industry. Open up advertising for guns, and there you go. There you go. Open up advertise for guns, drugs, and shit like that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
This is on Twitter. I'm not going to say her name, but she's a blue check mark. So if you're sick and tired of white supremacists growing louder and louder every day, then please retweet this and follow me.
Oh my God. That's
I
would
help to boost.
That's what they grift. That's the fucking grifters. That's what the people do that want to grow the followings.
This nut job does this every single day. Like multiple times a day.
They're all like that.
I don't know how she keeps popping up on my
Wait, is
that
feed. Fucking white chick?
Yeah.
That's ugly? Like, I don't know how she got a following. She's got like 250,000, 300,000 followers. And she's just the dumbest.
Follow me.
This is like some of the stupidest people I've ever seen. That they say some of the dumbest shit and they have a massive following. And I'm like, how did you get famous? How did you acquire this following? I'm at a loss.
I guess we'll find out when Elon posts all the behind the scenes footage, I guess.
I really feel like Elon's got an ace up his sleeve. He's about to fucking just destroy the media. I really do. To include the Biden administration. He's probably got a lot of dirt on him, a lot of shit that's been suppressed by Twitter. He's got access to it now. He'd be stupid not to. That's probably one of the you know why
they're probably shitting their pants right now.
They probably are, and that's why it just hit me. That's probably why the White House isn't really hitting too hard at Elon. Because it's like, dude, you can do that. but I'll unleash everything I got on you and I'll fucking ruin you.
Because what are the odds that?
But they got to take a stance.
That some of these dumb politicians were like going back, like DMing each other, DMing people through
He's got
Twitter.
all their DMs, yeah.
Through Twitter.
He's got all their
Messaging
DMs.
through. Yeah.
Yep.
What are the odds?
Oh, he does. He fucking does. They can see that shit.
Like, oh, let's get a moment here.
You probably saw Anthony Weiner's wiener. I mean,
probably.
Just saying.
I wonder how many congressmen's penises he's seen.
Oh my God. I bet that dude's got a lot of stories he could tell. I would love to have Elon on the podcast. That'd be so great. Oh yeah, alcohol too. Tombstone in the chat. Absolutely. Well, no, I think you can advertise alcohol, can't you?
Where?
On social media.
I guess.
Am I wrong? I've never
I don't know.
done
You
it,
see
so I don't
people
know.
getting wasted all the time.
Should we make the announcement?
Let's wait.
Okay, we're gonna wait. We got a new business coming, folks. We're excited for it, but we're getting the wheels rolling. I think you're gonna like it. But their Twitter users jumped on tech mogul Elon Musk's tweet Monday attacking the media for being against free speech. At Monday's White House press conference, Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre confirmed that Biden's administration is keeping a close eye on Twitter after Reuters' Andrea Shalal asked what is being done to prevent the platform becoming a vector for misinformation. Y'all have been fact-checked so many times now, and it's pissing you off that you don't get to control the language, you don't get to control the narrative, and what are you doing? You're going to fight back in any way you can to destroy the platform that you have now lost. That's what they're doing. That's what you are doing. And it's so funny to watch. We see your playbook. You want to talk about authoritarians on the left? That's it right there. Yeah. That is it right there. Imagine a Republican saying that. I honestly feel, and I'm not being biased on this one, I generally feel that not all, but a large portion of conservatives, if Trump had said something like this, that would be an issue. Like, no, dude, it's free speech, freedom of the press. You don't get to do that shit. That's bullshit. But the left does it, and liberals eat the shit up. So that's funny to me. That's really funny to me that they accuse the right of being fascist, and you're sitting here saying, what the fuck? Well, no. It's misinformation. That doesn't qualify under free speech. Yes, the fuck it does. Yes, it does. That's why they're so stupid. These people don't get the Constitution. They don't get the founding principle of free speech.
Yeah,
you just don't.
This is what they... So on January 6, 2021, Trump tweeted out, I'm asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful, no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. That's an insurrectionist.
Yeah, that's what they're. Yeah,
they're saying
he didn't
that,
say
that statement right there.
We watched the speech. Yeah. We could beat this dead horse to the death. Yeah. That's what liberals. That's what they do.
They're saying
you will tell a lie enough, and all of you little fucking retarded lemmings just repeat the same shit enough to the point where you believe it, and it's the truth to you. They're not insurrectionists. Trump wasn't.
The same day.
And I've called Trump on bullshit I don't agree with. I mean, my God, even the show I've done it. Yeah. But it's like Trump didn't incite this. This was brought on by, I honestly believe, the FBI. Yeah. I think the FBI, this was a staged movement, and they knew what they were doing, and these fucking idiots playing that Ashley Babbitt chick. Sorry, she was an idiot. Don't give a fuck if she's a veteran or not. You break through a barricade these cops telling you not to go through, and they popped you. You play stupid games. You win stupid fucking prizes. But these blue check influencers hail her up as she's some kind of martyr. No, she's not. Because aren't you the same people that said if that black person would just listen to the cops, they wouldn't have died?
Yeah.
Same thing for her. Same fucking thing. But because she's a Trump supporter, suddenly she's a martyr. No, she was an idiot. Yeah. She was a fucking idiot. You should have known better.
Anybody that broke a window and climbed through it to get through.
What the fuck were you thinking? Imagine being there.
What do you think is going to happen?
But that's what happens when you have people in big crowds like that. You don't have any guidance, and people will go with what the insane people want to do.
Well, I 100% believe that there was FBI agents.
Oh, yes. Yeah, well, in the FBI, yeah.
MAGA hats and Trump gear and everything else, and probably in the Congress itself.
Yeah.
So
it's funny to me. Dude, I'm sorry. Again, we've talked about this many times. I'm not going to go back into it, but when you have so much intel saying, hey, there could be a massive protest, you need to up security because of this right here. Oh, no, wait. No. Wouldn't it look better if they maybe, I don't know, broke into the Capitol? Yeah. We could use this against them for a very long time because you know why? We've got to cover up this BLM thing that keeps biting us in the ass because, that was a liberal propaganda machine in the works. Mm-hmm. Let's give and these fucking idiots fell. And I will give them credit where credit is due. Even Alex Jones was out there saying, don't do it. Don't go in there. Alex Jones is out there.
He knew what was going on.
He knew what was going on. And he said, don't go in. He was out there trying to tell people to stop.
Yeah.
I'll respect him for that. Good for you. But I honestly feel this was a Fed ploy.
Oh, yeah.
That's why if Trump takes office again, abolish the FBI.
Has to.
It's corrupt. Abolish the CIA. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. We don't need them. They are more of our enemies than anything else. So
a lot of whistleblowers out there too. FBI whistleblowers.
Yep. Some good news. Gun boom continues. FBI ran 192,749 background checks on Black Friday alone. Hell yeah. Hell, go out you and get you some guns, people. Get you some guns.
I know I'm gonna have to go out and get a 100 rifle now.
Yeah, you are. I do like my Savage, but I got to get something with a better fucking bolt action. That action is just, it's tricky.
Yeah.
I get something better. So I'm going to keep it. I love it. She's zeroed. She's a great rifle, but I need to get something better. I think I only paid, no, I got that one for free. I think the company sent it to me. They wanted me to promote it for them, and I did. But I need to get something a little bit better. Beautiful. It's a great rifle. Don't get me wrong. I just want the action to be more smooth, and it kind of shakes a little bit, and I don't like that. But, all right, let's get to wrap this up. Okay, Kim Kardashian, fuck that cunt, fuck her. For those that don't know, if you haven't been following social media, this developed while I was overseas. Balenciaga. I don't follow fashion. I'm wearing a Grill Your Ass Off t-shirt. I wear fucking jeans I bought at Men's Warehouse because they fit me and they make my legs look amazing. But I don't drop a lot of money on fashion. I just don't care. It's not something that I give a fuck about. I'll buy nice clothing to go out to the opera and shit in. But I don't follow fashion brands. I don't care enough. And I'm not knocking that. The girlfriend is big into fashion. And I do like that. She loves dressing and stuff like that. But Balenciaga, apparently Kim Kardashian, Nicole Kidman, and a lot of people, Kanye West, have been essentially brand ambassadors for this massive company. And Balenciaga photographer breaks silence following controversial child ad. When you look at this post or the ads this company ran, you had this picture of a little girl holding a teddy bear in BDSM bondage gear. And you're looking at this going, what the fuck is this? And then more stuff started coming out. There was a photograph of this woman with her legs up, and on the desk in the background was this photographer that takes some very disturbing photos of children and calls it art. It's disgusting. Yeah. There are massive overtones of pedophilia in this, like massive, and devil worship as well. So this hits the scene, and people are blowing this up as they should. Yeah. As they should. This is disgusting. This should never be allowed. Balenciaga deletes all their posts off of Instagram and they go fucking like nothing's there. They've got like 14 million followers. And not a fucking peep. Not a fucking peep from any celebrities. So maybe Kanye's onto something. But Kim Kardashian, she's their biggest proponent of this brand. What does she say? Folks, I'm going to read you what the last part of her tweet was. And this is how perverse and disgusting these people are, that they will literally sell their souls to the devil. I do feel like they have, simply for money. She goes through this Twitter thread, basically saying what they did was wrong, blah, 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 blah. And you're waiting for it. So Kim, are you going to still keep repping the brand? Listen to what she says. I'm reading verbatim from what she posted on 11/27/2022. She says, I appreciate Balenciaga's removal of the campaigns and apology. In speaking with them, I believe they understand the seriousness of the issue and will take necessary measures for this to never happen again. Basically, she also said, and that Twitter thing, I posted the wrong one. Where's the actual photo I had of her tweets where she says, hold on. I can hear my voice fucking cracking. Yeah, she basically goes on to say that as far as her status with the brand, that remains unseen because she's going to wait to see what they do as far as helping protect children, yada, yada, yada. And I'm sitting there looking at this tweet going, Are you kidding me? They basically subliminally push child pornography and pedophilia. And you were like, well, hey, as long as they apologize, guys, and they'll make it right. So, let's just give this some time. What that was her basically just saying, I'm going to let this blow over, and I'm still going to make massive money off of these people.
Yeah, to me, they crossed the Rubicon there.
There's no going back.
Yeah, there's no going back.
Cancel that fucking brand. Get rid of them.
Because
dude,
in my mind, they're pedophiles.
Yeah, they're disgusting.
They've already have participated in some disgusting forms of pedophilia.
But it's reemerging right now?
That's what those images say to me.
Yeah.
And they just don't give a fuck.
Dude, it's disgusting. These people, and like I said, this is not a left versus right. This is good versus evil.
This is good versus evil.
These people should be dragged out of their houses and fucking have bullets put in their fucking heads. They're so disgusting. When it comes to children, no, your rights are gone. You should have no rights at all. None. It's disgusting.
And I think it all circles back down to the wide open border that we have. And I know Project Veritas just dropped a video about.
They got reinstated on Twitter, by the way.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yep.
I'm not a big James O'Keefe fan. I think he's a little fucking pompous ass, but whatever. But they do great work.
Yeah, the video they just posted about these. It's the undercover stuff that he does. It's all this child trafficking that's going on, and the pimping out of children. They're peddling flesh down at the border, and nobody seems to have a problem with it.
No, because if you do, you're xenophobic. This is how stupid the leftist stance is. We are going to tolerate child pornography and child sex trafficking because we don't want to be accused of being xenophobes. They care so much.
At this point, I don't think anybody really cares what they're saying.
I'm talking about the Biden liberals by and large. Liberals, if you look at the right versus left, like that one post that was made by the woman, I posted it on my Twitter and my Instagram, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. This woman posts about, her name is Amy Lynn, stupid cunt. She says, if you shop at Hobby Lobby or Chick-fil-A, you don't support women's rights or LGBT rights, you're a sexist and a bigot. And I said, homophobia never tasted so good. I know. Make fun of them.
I know.
Do that. That's the stance. Don't argue with them. Make fun of them.
Pretty sure you never go to Home Depot anyway.
You're Hobby Lobby, yeah. Like, oh, the Lord's chicken, fuck off. It's amazing. Like, I don't give a shit.
I know.
It is my pleasure to serve you. It is my pleasure to serve you. Dude, that's the funniest video ever. But if you want to like force people to take the stance, then I'm gonna be against you. And that's not me saying. I'll put it this way: if you, as a gay person, this woman, and says, if you shop here, if you buy this, you're against it. So now you're forcing me to choose, and now I'm against you. Yeah. You forced that. Before, I was all for equality. But if you want to force that choice, I will be against homosexuality because of a theological belief system. Yeah. But by a constitutional belief system, I believe in equality. And I'm not going to push that envelope. But if you force that choice, I am against you.
You're going to keep pushing people.
You're going to keep pushing.
It's like, okay, I don't care about gay marriage.
It's the same premise with racism. Yeah. I'm for you, but you keep calling me one, you're going to turn me into one. And this is because of you. You created the monster, or you spawned the monster, you fed the monster, and you cannot be upset when the monster turns around and bites you. You can't. You can't. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that's a tactic to take. Make fun of them. Give them what they want. You're such a racist. Yep, let me go get my cross out of my trunk. Want to burn it with me? We'll make marshmallows, some s'mores. What do you want to do? Make fun of them. I mean, that's the thing. That's what you have to do with these people.
We're racist, but you don't think black people can go out and figure out how to get an ID?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Black people can't figure out how to use the internet. Jesus. Vote for me or you ain't black.
Got it.
And Cardi B's dumbass. Look, I'm sorry. Look, black people, stop hailing idiots in your community as if they are fucking wonderful people. Cardi B is a stupid ass. Yeah. She is a moron. And you put her up there and she's so brave. Look, she shows her boobs. That's brave? It's called being a whore. Whatever. But Kim Kardashian makes that statement, and I'm just like, wow, what a piece of shit. What a piece of shit.
Is it surprising?
And
I don't think it's shocking
and here's the crazy thing. I bet if that was her children, she'd still be okay with it.
She would be.
It's disgusting.
It sounds like her mom pimped her out as well.
She did. She was on the set when she was doing the Playboy shoot saying, you're amazing. Can you imagine a mother? Like, I had dated this one girl, and she had actually posed in Playboy. I'm not going to mention names. She posed in Playboy when she was 18, and her mom encouraged her to do it. I was like, your mom? I was like, that's a piece of shit mother. Like, your mom encouraged you to go pose for a magazine and showcase yourself nude for what purpose exactly? What purpose?
Money.
I was like, I'm sorry, but your mom encouraged you to be a hoe.
Yeah.
Why? When something is giving away for free, it has no value. It doesn't. And it's the truth. And that's why I follow a lot of these pages, and they make a lot of sense as far as like traditional gender roles. They play an important role in our society. And, I'll admit, like going around and fucking a lot of different women, it used to be a badge of honor. And in many circles, it still is. But if a woman does it, she's considered a slut. But if a guy does it, it's a cool thing to do. Why is that? Why does that exist? Because I thought about it, I was like, there's actually a lot of truth to that. There's actually a lot of truth. So I've done a lot of growing up over this past 2 years and realized that it's just like hookup culture. It is destroying America because I feel like a lot of this, and I'm not projecting this onto other people. This is me. This is John Burke's experience. You got to hit a certain level of maturity that I didn't hit in the past, that you do want to sleep with a lot of women to showcase, honestly, at deep down, it's a validation issue. You want to see who will accept you. It's like, oh, I'm hot enough for this person. I'm going to bang her and then move on to the next one. When you should be satisfied with yourself as a human being. And now the current girl I'm with, it's totally different, and I love it. I love it so much. It's so nice. It's so fucking nice. But in the past, it's like, what is this condoned? What if I got a lot of women pregnant? Nick Cannon, put your shit in your pants, dude, or chop it off. Holy shit, 12 kids, what's your problem? And then the women are just as stupid for fucking putting up with this. Like, this guy's got like 10 kids already. You think you're gonna be any different? Like, this is how stupid people are. But seeing this, there's a lot of hypocrisy in the male versus female in our society. There's a lot of hypocrisy. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm waking up to a lot of things. But I do feel like male traditional gender roles, yeah, we need them. We do need them. Men are built to go out there, work, and provide. Women are not. They're just not. I'm not saying they shouldn't work. I'm not saying, because instantly people will say that. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel like women thrive, by and large, not all, but by and large, when they're in roles where they can be loving, tender, caring, nurturing. Those are female qualities that I feel that women really express 10 times better than men. Men are violent. We're emotionally invested in a lot of things, especially when it comes to our queen and things like that. So a lot of these feminists, and that's why they're so insufferable and unfuckable, it's because they view it as, oh, women can do anything men can. No, you can't. No, the fuck you can't. You really can't. Like, I could probably beat the shit out of like 90% of the women in this world, and you can't stop me. Now, the law does stop you, stops me, but that law was put in place by men. We've talked about this so many different times. But I've never viewed it in a sense of I'm better than woman. It's more like, that's my queen. You fuck with my queen, I'm gonna fuck you up. That's my woman. Yeah. Not in the sense of I own her. It's like, that's who I love. That's who I protect. That's who I respect and love and take care of. You know why? Because she turns my house into a home. She takes care of me. She nurtures me. She fixes my meals. I go out there, I get the food. I work to put the food on the table. And it comes together in this fitting piece, these two puzzle pieces, that it's the yin and the yang, and it makes a perfect combination. But then you got feminism, and they come in and they fucked it up. That's why these women are miserable. Yeah. You are miserable. Why do you want to go out there in the workforce? Men are miserable out there. They hate it half the time. Why do you want that?
I think you see these women that get up into their 40s and 50s, and then I think they really regret the life that they had chosen, because, I mean, I couldn't imagine my life without my kids now, or without having a family.
I couldn't imagine my life without you, Josh.
Yeah, it's just,
I love you so much.
It means a lot.
No, I agree. And that's why, as we progressed further,
well, I think these women, as they get older, I think they, I don't know. I think they regret the decisions that they make to have that family.
Yeah, and I regret decisions I made in the past, with women. And it's like, I shouldn't have done that. That was wrong.
Sure. I
regret
think we all
it.
have, yeah.
But that's one of those things to where I've bought into a lot of progressive narratives in the sense of like, women should be in the work, and I do agree they should be. But I also, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to stay home and be a stay-at-home mom. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I think it's an incredibly important and difficult job to do.
Yeah, I don't want
to manage
strangers.
a house.
Yeah, you don't want strangers raising your kids.
Right.
You don't. Especially in today's day and age.
I know, man. Next thing you know, they're talking about genders.
Oh my God, non-binary kids. Can you imagine that
my
shit?
son asked me that. He's like, Dad, do some boys think they're girls?
Yeah, they do, and they're called fucking retards.
I was like, listen to me.
Yeah.
I was like, boys can't be girls, girls can't be boys, and if anybody tells you they can, you come and tell me immediately, and I will take care of it.
It's such a shame you even have to be like that in today's society, in America of all places.
I know, man.
What happened to warm apple
I'm
pie
like,
and
Jesus.
baseball? This
It's
shit's just insane.
8-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Asking me that question.
Where did you learn that from? School?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not school. I don't know where he heard it from.
There's somebody at school is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All these parents like, I don't want my kids cussing. Dude, you know what they do at school. Don't even pretend like they don't. They do. Chances are they're already looking at porn. They already look at boobies. They have the Playboys under the bed and shit like that. And but, well, all right, folks. That's how long we've been going. What are we at time-wise?
It is Wednesday.
Holy shit. And I'm talking about fucking time. No, today's Tuesday.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
We've been on.
Oh, okay.
It was a little joke.
Are you done? You finished? Yeah. I want to say thank you for tuning in today, folks. If you could, do us a favor, share the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you for the calls that we had today. We're going to be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'm not sicker. You can hear it in my voice. I'm fighting a little fucking bug. But guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being adamant listeners. Make sure you do me a favor. Go follow me at John Ross Artist over on Twitter. Tweet me out. I love you guys to death. Thank you for making this community fucking amazing. And just being away for a week really made me understand how much I love what we get to do for a living here and having these great discussions and stuff like that. So thank you for being here. And thank you for sharing the podcast. And again, folks, Shell Shock CBD, code STUFFED, 45% off until tomorrow. Jump on that now, guys. Jump on that now. And we're excited. We've got a new business in the works. I don't want to talk about it yet. I've had my pee-pee smacked by my people saying, don't talk about it until we know for a fact we're going to do it. Because I get excited. I get excited. I was like, oh, we're going to do this. We're going to crush it. But we appreciate it. And I want to give a big shout out before anything to the Shell Shock crew. While we've been doing this podcast, we've got Tyler, Omar, and Alec in there just bagging orders. I think we had over 3,000 orders in the span of a few days. We're still sitting on 800 orders to get done. These guys are in there. Omar, real quick, 21 years old. And he's managing a multi-million-dollar company shipping and receiving. This kid fucking destroys it. He gets in there every fucking day. Tyler, he does an amazing job. He's like managing the pieces for us. Josh and I focus on the podcast and social media. These guys are helping run Shell Shock. Alec back there doing packaging. I think after this
we're all getting back in there.
Yeah, we're gonna go put labels on. I can't count. Tyler already said you're not counting gummies anymore because I either put like 35 or 25. So I'm putting labels on packages after this. But Mary KM, they're handling the customer support. She does an amazing job. We cannot thank the crew enough for doing this. And don't worry, they're all getting bonuses. They're all getting bonuses for this. They're getting taken care of. They're gonna be such a great crew, folks. Such a great crew. And it's because of you, the customers, that we're able to do this. So God bless you. Thank you. We appreciate your love and support. You got anything to add, man?
You guys have a great day.
As always, you stay savage, America.